Hey Jeff, how you doing? How's your health? Title match tonight, Jeff. Big match tonight.
I don't even think TNA really understands how great they are. Their destiny, their birthright is to be 1,000 times greater than they are right now. I can see it, I can smell it, I can feel it. I smell blood with TNA.
Say that I have become the most dominant world heavyweight champion in the history of Impact Wrestling.
Naming the pay-per-views against all odds, and I guess everybody's thinking that the odds are now against the world champion.
Odds are against me all the time, and after all I've been through and what I've overcome, ultimately winning the championship is kind of like an award, a trophy for my success and everything I've done. But, you know, at the same time, it's just getting through all this and then still having the fan support.
I'm willing to do anything every single match I'm in. I go out there to win. I go out there to steal shows. And that's what I have been doing since the beginning of my career.
You got James Storm, my former tag team partner. He's still out for blood.
You know, I was screwed out of my rematch with Bobby Roode, and I'm the rightful #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship.
So much leading up to this, and I need a payoff, and that payoff is to become champion.
There's nothing that can stop me right now.
And I am the It Factor. I can honestly say the leader of the selfish generation have become, and you, the most dominant World Heavyweight Champion in the history of Impact Wrestling.
And now, TNA Wrestling and Direct Auto Insurance present Against All Odds.
Tonight, live from Orlando, Florida, can Bobby Roode do it again? The deck is stacked with 3 challengers, and Sting is the special enforcer. Will Roode have another escape plan, or will we crown a new World Heavyweight Champion? It's Mike Tenay, it's Jeremy Borash. We welcome you Against All Odds, and JB, if you are Bobby Roode, the odds aren't with you tonight, considering that 3 men stand in the way of the World Heavyweight Champion, and I'm talking about Bully Ray, James Storm, and Jeff Hardy.
And all 3 men bring something completely different to the table. You have Bully Ray, a man who has had the back of the World Heavyweight Champion for the last several months. Throw that out the window after what we saw this last Thursday night. You have James Storm, a man who knows the World Champion better than anyone, and throw the wild card in there as well, the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy. Tonight, Bobby Roode will have to defy the odds if he is to leave still World Heavyweight Champion.
And not only 3 opponents for Roode tonight, but also Sting has named himself the special enforcer, that to prevent Roode's famous shortcuts.
And those shortcuts that we have seen month after month have been the reason Bobby Roode is still World Heavyweight Champion. Sting says enough is enough tonight. I'm going to be the special guest enforcer. I'm going to be at ringside to make sure there is an even playing field at Against All Odds.
4 big championship matches scheduled tonight at this huge pay-per-view event, but let's open it up with a #1 contenders match. Here we go, buddy.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a #1 contenders match for the X Division Championship. Introducing first, from the Philippines, Zema Ion.
And JB, right off the top, I know that you join me in sending our thoughts and prayers to Taz, who's dealing with a loss in his family. Partner, we look forward to having you back in the Impact Zone real soon.
Couldn't agree with you more, Mike, no question about it. And as we go into this #1 contenders match for the X Division Championship, here comes Zema Ion. Yeah, a man who certainly spends a lot of time in front of the mirror, but he wants to make sure that everything about him looks good.
He says he's got the prettiest moves, the prettiest gear, and he's the prettiest wrestler on the roster. Pretty confident.
and his opponent from Katy, Texas, Jesse Sorensen.
21-year-old Jesse Sorensen from the Lone Star state of Texas has an opportunity to gain an X Division title shot right here, right now. Number 1 contenders match, Sorensen and Ion. We're going to find out who goes on to get that title shot, and keep in mind, X Division championship match. Later tonight at Against All Odds, Alex Shelley to challenge Austin Aries.
And you can bet that opportunity that Jesse Sorensen wants so badly. Both guys want so badly, no question about it. But Jesse Sorensen has been so close time after time. This last Friday, Norfolk, Virginia, he was in the ring with Austin Aries, came within inches of beating him. And after he came out of that match, he told me, I have a confidence that I didn't have before. I now believe I can beat Austin Aries. And if he's able to get by Zema Ion, he's got a shot awaiting him at the X Division Championship.
Football quarterback from Katy High School in Katy, Texas. And if you ever look at the USA Today, the top 25, the Super 25 of high schools across the country, I can tell you, Katy, Texas is in there each and every week. Made a young man at Ringside real happy.
No question about it. What an athlete, and a naturally gifted athlete as well. And certainly when you have something like... Wait a minute now.
I don't think you're going to get too many takers with the hairspray from Zema Ion in the face of the young man. He says, no thank you. Whoa!
And we are off.
When it comes to the toughness of Jesse Sorensen, I think back to the rivalry that he's had here in Impact Wrestling for the past several months with one Kid Cash. Boy, you stand in there with somebody like Kid Cash, the veteran, who is tougher than shoe leather, and that rivalry proved to me that Jesse Sorensen is ready for Impact Wrestling. And whoa, bridging suplex on Ion. Gonna go for the quick pin and gets just 2.
And no doubt about it, whether it's Kid Cash or whether it's Zema Ion, Jesse Sorensen has been in the ring with the best of the X Division. It certainly has held his own at every single match, every single time out there. Jesse Sorensen gets more and more confident. And certainly as that confidence continues to grow, you know, we've seen so many great things from him already, and just think how young he is in his career. Zema Ion, by the way, this hair,
he's infatuated with it.
He really is. I mean, so much time spent in front of the mirror. He likes to really dance to the beat of his own drum, though. There's no question about it. Zema Ion, sunset flip that does not deliver at all.
Gonna go for the side roll here is Jesse Sorensen. Near fall, Ion right back up to his feet this time. The backslide, the shoulders down, and no, just a 2 count. Gonna go again. 3 quick pin attempts in a row by Sorensen, and 3 near falls, and Zema Ion gonna stop the offensive assault right there with a perfectly placed boot to the midsection.
No question about it. Both men just greatly... Oh, look out. I was gonna say, can take it to the air, can take it to the ground, either way.
Just perfection in snapping off the Hurricane Rana on Ion, who's gonna try and slow down Jesse Sorensen.
Probably not a bad idea at this stage of the game, trying to match Jesse Sorensen move for move at that fast pace. And look back at this kid again. He wants to take the football from the kid.
Oh, come on.
Are you serious?
Whoa, look out! Well, it's a baseball slide drop kick into the football holding Zema Ion, delivered by Sorensen, who slingshots over and... Bad landing for Jesse Sorensen in this #1 contenders match. Now what's Ion gonna do?
Telling the kid to watch. Obviously.
He also said the football is now mine. Well, Zema Ion not making friends around the ringside area and all throughout the impact zone here in Orlando. Gonna go high risk, perched up on top, measures, and missile drop kick from the top.
Great distance from Zema Ion. Just got back from over in Asia, where actually he's from. He's from the Philippines. And Zema Ion actually brought that hairspray on the airplane. and no kidding.
That got through TSA?
He got right on there. Unbelievable.
May exceed the 3.4 ounces. Somebody check.
Oh, look at this. Oh! It looks like those knees may have connected across the head of Jesse Sorensen. And he's down. He might be out.
High risk by Ion, yet super effective. And I think you're right. I think he did catch Jesse flush in the head with the knees. He'll tell you it's all about me, myself, and Ion.
And you talk about a guy who does his own thing. Everybody's got iPads. He walks around with the Samsung Galaxy, says it's the greatest. Unbelievable. But I'll tell you what, one thing is for sure about Zema Ion, in a very short time has made such an impact here and really has made the X Division his goal, the X Division championship. He says, if I get through Jesse Sorensen tonight, Austin Aries is next. Championship gold is mine. And as you said, me, myself, and Ion, the 3 words he goes by.
Possibly Austin Aries, could be Alex Shelley in the future of the man who walks away here as the #1 contender. And, well, the referee checking on Sorensen. And, well, I think you're right on the money in terms of that, JB.
Yeah. He just got, it looked like those knees connected right on the top of the head. And Jesse Sorensen out.
Yes, some concern here for Jesse Sorensen, as we're going to get TNA officials, security, and also the trainer down to the ringside area to check on his condition.
And Zema Ion, knowing him, and maybe it's not the way he wanted to win, but he won't take the. He'll be happy to take this victory.
Absolutely.
Obviously a situation there that Zema Ion says he's the #1 contender.
The most dangerous flyer in the business.
The winner of the match by countout, Zema Ion.
Boy, a tough situation for Jesse Sorensen. Young man here gets counted out after, as JB pointed out, I think it was the knees of Zema Ion on the high-risk move from the corner that just knocked him out. Could not continue and counted out. And as a result, Zema Ion, you are the #1 contender for the X Division champion. Boy, I think it would be a great idea if we're able to go back and review exactly what went down in this opening match at Against All Odds. JB, take it away.
No question about it. Right off the bat, Jesse Sorensen on a roll, snaps off a great Hurricane Rana, and it's Zema Ion coming all the way across the middle of the ring. Now look at that. That knee comes squarely down on the forehead. What looked to be direct hit on the head of Jesse Sorensen, and he has not gotten up since. Obviously a situation very serious as we look at around ringside. Doctors on the scene already, and Zema Ion says, hey, what do you expect? I'm the #1 contender. Just goes to show you the high-risk maneuvers. When you take it to the sky like that, Mike, when you're really catapulting your body through the air, you have no real control of where you're going to land, what's going to happen. And obviously taking Jesse Sorensen out the way he did, those knees come down directly on the head of Jesse Sorensen, and it was out. It was a blackout.
And JB, if you think about it, it's really the basis of the X Division. The opportunity to go for those very creative, very high-risk moves. And oftentimes here in Impact Wrestling, we have an injury situation like this. We are going to endeavor to stay on top of this story to get an update on the condition of young Jesse Sorensen. You know, what I would like to do, Keith Mitchell, David Sahadi in the truck, if it's at all possible, can we take another look at that high-risk move by Ion that caused the eventual countout?
Obviously, this was the turning point in the match. And Tyler, look at this, right? Oh, wow. Yeah, you just see it. Let's take a look at it from another angle if we could, Keith, from the top. Now, this is an overhead shot. And boom,
oh, there
right
you
there.
see it.
Yeah,
that's the shot right there.
That's a knockout, no question. Obviously, a lot of concerned people at ringside at this point, but something like that, you know, you talk about the high-risk maneuvers. That is the X Division. That is the essence of what the X Division was built upon. And obviously, when you have a situation there, Zema Ion just throwing caution to the wind, knocks him out in the process, and now is the #1 contender.
Yeah, he's going to move on. Zema Ion, the young man from the Philippines, is going to gain that shot at the X Division champion. We have our X Division championship match later tonight, so it's either going to be Austin Aries or Alex Shelley in the future for Zema Ion. And boy, there's definitely still concern as we have all the TNA employees, security as well, checking on his condition, and you can sense that concern on the face of all the people around the ringside area and throughout the Impact Zone here at Against All Odds.
Yeah, we'll definitely get an opportunity, hopefully an update as the night continues on him. I'm really curious as to what Austin Aries thinks after seeing this as well. No doubt about it. Interesting start here to Against All Odds.
JB, we're going to send it to the back. Christy Hemme is standing by with the World Heavyweight Champion, Bobby Roode. Christy, it's all yours.
I'm here with World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Roode. Now, Bobby, tonight you're going to be defending your title against 3 very strong competitors. And on top of that, your special guest enforcer is Sting.
How appropriate is it, Christy, that tonight's pay-per-view is named Against All Odds? I mean, when you look at things, you could say that the odds are definitely stacked against the World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, I do have to defend my title tonight in the main event against 3 of the top stars here at Impact Wrestling. Or you could flip that coin over and look at it from the champ's perspective. For the last 3.5 months, I have become the most dominant World Heavyweight Champion for a reason. Call it talent, call it greed, call it selfishness. The fact is, I walk in each and every night the World Heavyweight Champion, and I walk out the World Heavyweight Champion. I get the job done. Jeff Hardy, how many opportunities do you need to take this world title from me? You've had multiple opportunities to take this world title away from me, and each and every time, Jeff Hardy, you have failed. James Storm, I defeated you for this World Heavyweight title. And since then, each and every time you've been in the ring with me, you have failed. I have beaten you every single time. You will never be as good as me, Storm. Bully Ray, I have no idea what your problem is. Last Thursday night on Impact, we were a team. We were a unit. And what did you do? You turned your back on me. Well, that's just fine with me. Because I think deep down inside, you have a little bit of selfishness in you. And who knows selfishness better than me, the leader of the selfish generation? What goes around comes around. And tonight, I will be the better man and walk out once again the World Heavyweight Champion. And when I do, how sweet will it be to look at you, Stinger, the man who tried to stack the deck against the champ tonight. When my arm is raised in victory, Sting, you will finally know why I am the it factor of professional wrestling. And you will finally know why I am the most dominant World Heavyweight Champion in the history of this company.
To the ring by Big Robbie T from the Jersey Shore. He is your TNA Television Champion, Robbie E.
Well, SoCal Val must know what's going on here better than I do. I didn't know about Robbie E, the TNA TV champion, and of course his bouncer, Big Robbie T, coming out to the ring.
Yeah, these two are too much, I'll tell you that much. Robbie E, who's becoming the World Television Champion in November, enlisted the services of Big Robbie T now, who's the velvet rope mover, the, backer, I guess you could call him, the man who carries the cash, the man who carries the list, the bling, the backup, the bouncer, whatever you want to call him. He's there, and he's a big force. And I'll be honest, a big reason why Robbie E's been able to hang on to that World Television Champion.
It's a good point. Yeah, Robbie E from the Jersey Shore's got Big Robbie T. And I hope he gets a microphone so he can explain exactly what it is that he is out here for it against all odds, and he's dressed and ready to go. Let's find out.
Being the greatest Impact Wrestling television champ of all time, bro. Myself, Robbie E, and my personal security, Big Robbie T, figured we'd do something special for Against All Odds. Which is why we together created the Robbie E Invitational, bro. So basically, any wrestler from the back who wants to step up to the plate and get played out, come on down and get a shot. But remember one thing, my dude. Oh! You ain't on the list, bro. it. Come on, bro. Nobody's going to accept my challenge.
Open challenge for the Robbie E Invitational.
Let's see if he's on the list. Whoever's going to be coming out for this. I'm curious who would want to accept the challenge, who wants a shot at the World Television Championship.
Shannon Moore stepping up to the plate in the Robbie E Invitational. I like this. Shannon Moore, he is sitting on ready. Opportunity to take on the TNA TV champion.
We have not seen Shannon Moore since he teamed, I believe, with Anarchia in the wild card tournament several months back. And certainly now, Shannon Moore wants the opportunity to be his shot at the World Television Champion. And I'll tell you what, no matter if it's a singles, tag team, whatever the case may be, Shannon Moore has always proven that he's a top contender for any championship and can certainly take Robbie E to the limit. I think tonight we're going to see what happens.
The champ, yeah, he's got his backup. He's got his muscle at ringside. Man from the Jersey Shore. Not exactly sure that Robbie E knew that he was going to have to deal with Shannon Moore in this situation. Obviously with the open challenge, the Robbie E Invitational, the TNA TV Championship on the line. And now, this is your chance, Robbie E, to show us that you're ready to take on somebody like Shannon Moore with the title at stake.
And we are off. World Television Championship match. Robbie T at ringside, and it's Robbie E versus Shannon Moore. And certainly after we have seen Shannon Moore, or haven't, I guess, seen him now in several months, I'm wondering what his mindset is into coming into this matchup. What he wants, if this is his time to make a statement, if this is his opportunity and win some championship gold. I'll tell you what, he heard what Robbie E had to say and said, I'm the man for the job. I'm going to try and do this.
Well, especially in terms of singles competition for Shannon Moore. You talked about how he was in the recent wild card tag team tournament. Prior to that, we've seen Shannon Moore here on Impact Wrestling, primarily competing in tag team rules matches. Now, singles competition and opening minute, it's all the challenger. It's all Shannon Moore and Robbie E. Well, he's got some kind of a plan here, along with the big bouncer, Robbie T, and I guess they're going to take their belt and go home.
That's it. Who's leaving? Last call. All right, well, he threw out the open challenge and now doesn't want anything to do with it. Oh, not so fast.
And for Shannon Moore, last thing he wants is a count-out victory. Robbie E trying to walk from the ring, realizing that if he's counted out, he's not going to lose the TNA TV title. And Shannon Moore senses, better get up that ramp and bring him back into play and gain my shot at that TV title.
I'll tell you what, Mike, just being honest a little bit here. I travel on the roads with these guys a lot of the weekends and do live events for TNA all over the country. I travel with Robbie E sometime, and Robbie T's with him. And I'll tell you what, aside from knowing where all the clubs are, whether it's Topeka or New Jersey, he knows where all the clubs are. But having Robbie T there as the muscle gives you a sense, a presence. You got your back covered no matter what the case is, and that's the kind of assurance.
It's a confidence builder, isn't it?
Exactly, and that's what Robbie E gets with Robbie T there at ringside. I mean, the guy's from Swansea, Wales. He's got a deep British accent, no question about it, but at the same time, he just is so intimidating. And how about Shannon Moore with that great spin kick? Takes down Robbie E.
Yeah, pin attempt here, and boy, I can't get that club in Topeka out of my mind.
Hey, he's been there and he's done it. Trust me on this. He's certainly an interesting guy to hang out with, no question about it. His bling he wears everywhere, sponsored now. Plugs him on Twitter and gets all kinds of free stuff. That's what his idea of a good time is.
Yeah, the fist-pumping TV champion has been on the defensive to this point. Going to try and turn it around on Moore, who springs out of the corner and gets set to the apron. Forearm shot. Ooh. Wow. Running knee by Robbie E sends Moore flying not only off the apron, but also directly into the steel guardrail around the ringside area.
That'll stop you in a hurry. That'll knock the wind out of you. That'll change the momentum of the match instantly. And now Robbie E, it's up to him to take advantage of the situation. Let's take a look at that again, Mike, if we can. Well, at least we're on the outside, and Robbie T there holding everybody back like he needs to. But look at this. Oh, right into the side rail there, and that's right in the rib cage. That knocks your wind right out.
Got to agree with you, JB. Complexion changer in terms of this matchup that was dominated from the outset by the challenger, Shannon Moore. Champ rolls him in and was just having his way, pie facing Shannon Moore. You talked about November turning point when Robbie E became the TV champ. This is his first reign as the TV title holder, and going to do everything within his power to keep it. Elbow shot, follow cover for 2.
And you talk about a guy who likes being champion. Whether it's wearing the belt to the airport, taking it out to the nightclubs, the guy cannot detach himself from this championship title belt.
Just takes that bling to an all-new level,
it's
right?
Everything. It's all about the shine, and this guy certainly takes it to a new level. Great camera shot there. Obviously, Shannon Moore now still feeling the effects of what happened earlier to the railing. Trying to build some momentum.
Let's talk about differences in styles between these two. Robbie E, well, more of a striker. Shannon Moore on the opposite side. His opponent going to beat you, or at least try to, with more high-risk, high-flying moves. Boot out of the corners, followed by another strike. The running back elbow. The confident TV champ in the corner, playing to the crowd. And I guess he must have heard that I was talking about how he was going to be primarily strikes and not high-risk moves. And off the top by, or out from that middle rope, rather, dropping the elbow into the pin for 2.
And certainly one thing that Robbie E has shown since coming to TNA Wrestling is, you know, there's a confidence and there's an arrogance side here. You know, he has both, and he has a lot of both. And that's one thing that's been the key to success. Is he's no shortage of confidence.
Oh, you're right. He believes in his own mind that he deserves to be the TNA TV champion. That wear-down process continues from the champ. But for Shannon Moore at this point, he's got to get something going in terms of the offense here.
He certainly does, Mike, and we've seen that before. As you mentioned, can take it to the sky just the same. Maybe you're going to go for that offensive arsenal from the sky he's done before. He's relied on, and certainly to counteract what's been happening so far in this match.
Maybe the move that gets Shannon Moore headed in the right direction. Able to drill Robbie E right in the head with the kick. Shannon going to try and regroup. We talked moments ago about Shannon Moore's concentration on tag team matches for the better part of the past few months here in TNA and in Impact Wrestling. You know, you get into that groove as a tag team wrestler, and there's always that reliance on the partner to tag in. No partner for Shannon Moore. Going to go singles here tonight, and he gets that comeback rolling, but it's immediately cut off. Shot off into the ropes and the flying forearm takes down Robbie E. And now it's Shannon Moore with the strikes for Robbie.
Oh yeah, look out. Momentum on the side of Shannon Moore. Here's a cover.
Planted him with the bulldog, and the pin leads to a 2 count. And we saw the bouncer, Robbie T, at ringside, popped up on that apron in anticipation that it could have been Shannon Moore getting that 3 count. Wanted to try and stop. Ooh. Running drop kick by Moore. Connects with Robbie E, and now
I'll tell you what, you got to keep your eye on Robbie T on the outside. Hang on, Shannon Moore now.
At all times. Watch him spring back.
To the sky.
Acai-style moonsault by Shannon Moore, connecting on the TV champ. Impromptu TV title match at Against All Odds. The Robbie E Invitational not going so well for the man that Invitational's named after. Champ rolled in, challenger on top, and nope, just 2. Right back on it again. Persistence of Moore in an effort to win his first title here in TNA.
Now that's just a little frustration, I think, as well. Obviously, throwing everything he has at the television champion, not enough, and now, just a little bit of a thank you very much to Robbie T.
Elbow up in the corner for Moore. High risk again off the top. Quickness that time of Robbie E to avoid the contact. And speaking of contact, running clothesline takes down Shannon. Not able to put him away.
So close. Going off the momentum of that missed opportunity from Shannon Moore. Now looking down at Robbie T. Who's he on the phone with?
I think he's getting some communication through an earpiece, right?
Something. Oh, he's certainly now looking to seize the moment, going to the top rope. Robbie E.
Yeah, it took way too much time. Smiling to the crowd, pays the price. There's a running drop kick by Shannon Moore in the corner. TV title holder up on top as Shannon makes his way up to that top floor.
Look at that balance. Oh, great move. Wow, that could do it, Mike. Here we go. He's got to cover him.
Here it is. Here's the pin. Here's two.
And everyone in this arena thought for sure we have a new world television champion. Now Shannon Moore has to do something, has to top that, has to capitalize on that.
Sense the frustration on the part of Shannon Moore, both in the facial expression that we saw with the great close-up look in the camera, as well as the follow. Let's see if he can do it. Went for the neck breaker, but it's countered, it's stopped. Standing switch and the roll-up off the ropes. Here's two.
Oh, whoa, come on.
Shannon catapulted right to Robbie T, who connects with a big punch. Follow move, pin, and he keeps the title.
Your winner and still the TNA Television Champion, Robbie E.
Well-placed fist to the side of the head of Shannon Moore, courtesy of Robbie T. That's the difference maker to me, JB.
No question about it. When you have somebody with the size of the fist as Robbie T, I mean, it's not just a punch to the face, it's a punch to the entire head. I mean, there's no question about it. What a shot delivered by the giant Robbie T. Let's take a look at how he did it. How he helped his man, Robbie E, hold on to the World Television Championship in this open challenge, the Robbie E Invitational. That was a momentum changer right there, into the side rail. And now we saw Shannon Moore deliver that kick. Here was the momentum changer as well. Acai-style moonsault from the top. A Hurricane Rana follows it up. Shannon Moore looked to have the champ in dire straits, and then is met with a big right hand by Robbie T. And followed up with that DDT from Robbie E. And still World Television Champion, retaining here at Against All Odds, Robbie E.
Excellent effort by Shannon Moore, but he fell victim to the interference. Referee didn't see it. Robbie T connects with the punch. Robbie E remains the TNA World TV Champion. And ladies and gentlemen, up next, tonight at Against All Odds, it's the Knockouts title match.
Three former Knockout champions about to compete for the next title shot against the reigning title holder, Gail Kim, at our Against All Odds pay-per-view event.
Huge opportunity here for one of these ladies. Oh! God almighty. Tara becomes the #1 contender.
Tara gets the title shot against Gail Kim. She's moving on to Against All Odds.
I can definitely say I'm looking forward to facing her at Against All Odds and proving why I'm the most dominant champion in the history of this company. I definitely have a lot of history with Tara. We know each other inside and out.
Madison Rayne takes down her old partner, Gail Kim. Now, Madison sent out to the floor. Widow's Peak from Tara. Huge victory for Tara in this non-title matchup.
Right now, I'm the current TNA Knockouts champion, and that's all that matters. So I'm bringing it at Against All Odds. We're gonna see who the best woman really is.
Tara challenges Gail Kim for the TNA Knockouts Championship.
And we're back at the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, at Against All Odds. Time for our second title match of the pay-per-view. Knockouts Championship on the line. We're going to break it down right now. Little Knockouts bullet points to preview this title matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, it was recently on Impact Wrestling when Tara gained the status as #1 contender, winning a three-way match over Mickie James and Velvet Sky. And after earning that knockout title shot, Tara's post-match interview centered on the lengthy rivalry with the champion Gail Kim. Tara admits her and Gail know each other so well, but that knowledge makes Gail very dangerous. Now, since returning to TNA, Gail Kim has dominated the division, holding both the singles and the tag team titles. Her tag partner, Madison Rayne, has repeatedly played an instrumental role in many of Gail's title defenses.
Comes the challenger, Tara. You know, Mike, she's been to the mountaintop before. She's held that Knockouts Championship, and certainly now with this situation as it is, coming off hitting the champion in Wembley Arena of all places, you gotta feel that Tara has confidence she didn't have just 7 days ago.
Great point.
And her opponent, being accompanied to the ring by Madison Rayne from Toronto, Canada. She is the TNA Knockouts champion, Gail Kim.
Gail Kim, tag team partner Madison Rayne, headed to the ring for this title defense. It looks like Gail and Madison may be having words, and as we saw, JB pointed it out, the highlight package prior to this matchup, Wembley Arena, London, England. Some communication issues between Gail Kim, Madison Rayne. It led to the win for Tara over Gail Kim in what was a non-title match tonight, right here, right now, at Against All Odds. That Knockouts Championship is at stake.
And I don't want to say our Knockouts Tag Team Champions aren't getting along, but it doesn't appear that our Knockouts Tag Team Champions are getting along. Obviously, a little bit of dissension. And I got to say, Gail Kim, and as a competitor, you can't take anything away from her. There's no question about it. Look at the goal. Look, the proof's in the championship goal.
She's dominated the division since she returned to Impact Wrestling. And, well, having verbal exchange with Madison at ringside enables Tara to attack right at the opening bell and take control.
Oh, wow, look at that. And you talk about since her return, quote-unquote, to Impact. Look at this.
Well, series of hair mares out of the snap mares, and then using the hair of Gail Kim, almost hang her up in that noose-style neckbreaker.
And look at her just, I mean, you talk about Madison and Gail screaming at each other. Can you get me some headphones, please? Obviously, this is a situation where Gail Kim now, since coming back, has not only got the Knockouts Tag Team Championship, she has the Knockouts Championship and a whole bunch of confidence she didn't have before. Mike, when she was here the first time around, very nice gal, very sweet, talked to everybody. Now she shows up at our live events all over the country with this celebrity chef guy she's been dating. Just a completely different attitude from this woman. And certainly now we're even seeing she's not even getting along with her tag team partner.
Yeah, I'm with you when it comes to a new attitude and a different attitude from the Knockout Champion, Gail Kim, and well, maybe turnabout fair play after what Tara did to Gail in the early going of this match, using the hair of Tara against her, and then comes right into the ring, comes right back at her with a big boot to the face. Yeah, it is a different Gail Kim, and you know, I thought when Gail came back here, it was mostly because of the association that she had with the then Knockouts Vice President, Karen Jarrett. You recall how Karen was so in the corner of Gail Kim, doing everything within her power to ensure that she become Knockout Tag Team Champion initially, then Singles Champion after that.
There's no question, a lot of success since she's come back. There's no question, and certainly maybe Karen had something to do with that attitude change. But since that time, obviously since this victory Tara had in Wembley Arena, Gail Kim has been concerned with a lot of other things. One of them being a tag team partner.
Gail off the top with the missile drop kick.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I heard a something new, and then she appears to be leaving.
You're right.
Wow.
Madison Rayne walking away from the ringside area, and Gail Kim just waved her goodbye. Well, I don't know. Gail might want to rethink that in light of how instrumental Madison Rayne has been in an awful lot of her victories. I mean, she might have had an issue at Wembley Arena in the non-title matchup for sure. Springing off the middle rope, crossbody to the pin, and nope, just 2. But no support at ringside.
Oh, now look at this. Wow, Gail going right to, Gail's done her homework. There's no question about it. Tara tore her ACL almost 10 years ago now and has since worked through it, has avoided the surgery. She says, I don't want to go into the knife right now. I think I can get through this. But Gail going straight for it. And obviously, seeing that as a point of weakness, taking full advantage.
Well, Tara forced to wear that big, humongous knee brace as we see the octopus-style submission hold applied by Gail Kim, taking a page out of the Antonio Inoki playbook. Famous wrestler from the Orient who perfected the octopus submission hold, and Gail Kim had it set here, but as you saw, the momentum of Tara going over caused Gail to make contact with the ring ropes, and she gets a break as a result.
Basically just able to fall towards the ropes, be close enough, thankfully, to hold on to the bottom rope there and able to break the move, but certainly Gail following up with a whole bunch of offense.
Oh, Champ positions the challenger up on top and gonna go all the way to the top. There it is, snapped off, top rope Hurricane Rana.
That's confidence, sure. That's arrogance, sure. That's our Knockouts champion. Oh, great power slam. Tara. Out of nowhere, able to break the momentum. Both ladies down now in this Knockouts championship battle.
Shot to the midsection by Tara, fighting from her knees. Challenger back up to her feet, unleashing the series of strikes. Talked about it in the breakdown of this matchup, just how well these two competitors know each other. Long-time rivals, even before their time here in Impact Wrestling and in TNA. Wow. Side slam, pin, drop down, cover, no, just 2.
Great Knockouts action here at Against All Odds. So much on the line. And without Madison Rayne here at ringside, hopefully we'll get an even playing field for these two.
I mean, Tara has to love it. Sitting back, watching Gail Kim argue with her tag team champion partner, Madison Rayne. Madison walks away from ringside, and now the opportunity is here. Whoa! A back body drop that was from the corner and from the ropes.
Oh, look out. Tara staying there, going up to the top rope.
Whoa. Oh, top rope moonsault. Oh, the Knockouts are letting it all hang out here. And you talked about the knee injury and the fact that she wears that brace.
Oh, wow.
And when she came off the top and made contact with Gail Kim and the canvas. She came right down on the injured knee pin, drapes the arm, and
well, you got to think, Mike, if she hadn't might have jolted that knee a little bit. If she hadn't had that, she'd be Knockouts champion right now.
Yeah, slowly getting back to her feet, but a wounded Tara going to try and fight through the pain. The champ, Gail Kim, at the same time going to try and turn it around, and of course, she's going to focus her offense directly on that knee, and then the defeat from Gail Kim, who follows, who covers, who hooks the leg and gets the 3 count.
Here is your winner, and still the TNA Knockouts champion, Gail Kim.
Solid victory for Gail Kim, obviously.
And she continues to control the championships in the Knockouts division. Still 1/2 of the Knockout Tag Team champs with Madison Rayne. And as a result of the victory tonight here at Against All Odds, yes, she's also still the Knockout Singles champ. JB, let's review.
Let's take a look at how it all went down here at Against All Odds. Missed moonsault, or a moonsault that connected at the same time. The real damage was done to the right knee of Tara, and although the moonsault connected, you could see the look in her face right away. She knew. And defeat From Gail Kim, that was enough to cover Tara and get the victory, retaining the Knockouts Championship here at Against All Odds. And Tara,
Gail Kim, she won the Knockout title back at Turning Point in November. Several months later, yes, she's still holding the gold. Gail Kim retains tonight at Against All Odds as we toss it to Christy Hemme with the Cowboy James Storm.
James Storm, later tonight will be your first opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship since November.
You know, Christy, the last time that old Cowboy James Storm had an opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship, I took advantage of it. I shocked the world and became a World Heavyweight Champion. And now tonight, it's not going to be a big shock to the world. But Bobby Roode, there's going to be one hell of a party, because I'm pretty sure here in Orlando, Florida, these people like to party. Now, Bobby Roode, they say, is this about revenge? You damn right this is about revenge. Because, Bobby Roode, you took what meant the most to me. You took what I've worked my ass off for 15 years. Now, Bobby Roode, it's no secret, I've been pulling for you. I've been pulling for you, buddy. I've wanted you to be the world champion. So you know, when you look up and you see me holding that World Heavyweight Championship, you know that I am the man that took everything from you. Tonight, oh, we're gonna have a party in Orlando. You hear that, Christy? We got some beer drinkers out there. Sorry about your damn luck.
Coming up next, the Tag Team Championship is on the line.
Let's be honest, at the end of the day, who in the hell's gonna beat us? Joe is one hell of a competitor. Every time I step in the ring with Joe, he brings the fight. Magnus, he came out of nowhere. I haven't seen him around in God knows how long. But he's in the best shape of his life. He took the fight too. But here's the thing about me. Where I came from, it's death before dishonor. Take a look at this right here. You know what that means? I refuse to lose. I refuse to stay down. I refuse to die.
The undefeated Crimson set for singles competition with Magnus.
Don't turn your back on your opponent.
It's another one of those messages that Magnus and Joe seem to be sending the champs of the start like that.
With the red sky.
Yeah, he did. Caught him in. Covers it. Beats him, and the streak is still alive.
Joe, watch your back.
Samoa Joe's in, and the clothesline from behind.
Crimson is in deep, deep trouble.
Here comes the blueprint. Chop block. And Magnus sets him up. Snap Mayor, and then off the top.
Who in the hell is gonna step up and beat us? There ain't nobody that's gonna do it.
Impact Wrestling from the UK, the invasion is underway. Week after week, the World Tag Team Champions Matt Morgan and Crimson find themselves the recipients of very physical messages being sent by Magnus and Samoa Joe.
The rules of this Buckingham Brawl, while winning that coin toss, definitely helped the advantage towards Samoa Joe and Magnus. But then at some point in this match, Crimson was able to get Morgan involved in this matchup. The most important thing is the challenge be in a non-title situation, the champions. That gives Joe and Magnus massive momentum.
Bragging rights for Samoa Joe and Magnus. What else besides a shot at the World Tag Team Champions could be in their future?
Samoa Joe and Magnus challenge Matt Morgan and Crimson for the TNA World Tag Team Championship.
Against All Odds, loaded with title bouts. Third of the night. TNA Tag Team titles at stake. And let us preview and break down the Tag Team Championship matchup. Here's our breakdown of the taglines. Joe and Magnus, yeah, they put together as a team for the wild card tournament. A lot of doubters about how effective that they would be. Samoan and the Brit, oh, they've proven their doubters wrong. Sting behind the formation of Matt Morgan and Crimson as a team. The two former rivals, they instantly gelled. In the process, Blueprint and the undefeated one became World Tag Team Champions. Last month at Genesis, Joe and Magnus, they fell just short in their quest to win the titles. Since that time, repeated physical messages. Tonight, they get another opportunity.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the TNA Tag Team Championships. Introducing first, from the Isle of Samoa, he is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. And his tag team partner from Kingsland, England, Magnus.
Well, victorious recently at Wembley Arena, London, England, in a Buckingham Brawl match that, quite honestly, was severely stacked in their favor. They had the opportunity to both compete at the same time, wrestle under tornado tag rules, both men in at the same time. While Morgan and Crimson, they had to go at one man at a time. But a victory like that, as well as those repeated physical messages that the challengers have sent to the champs, gives them confidence and momentum.
And their opponents are your TNA Tag Team Champions, the Blueprint, Matt Morgan, and the undefeated Crimson.
We talked about the blueprint for success in the taglines put together by Sting. Back in November, they defeat Mexican America, Matt Morgan and Crimson, win the TNA World Tag Team titles, and since then, they have done everything within their power to retain, to keep undefeated the Crimson streak, and it is still alive. Think about this. Crimson has competed now for over a year, be it singles competition, be it tag team matches, and he is undefeated in over a year. Shoulders never counted down for 3. He's never tapped out. He's never submitted. That's damn impressive.
Very impressive over the course of the year, no question about it. And certainly, you talk about the formation of this tag team, formation of both tag teams, pretty unlikely, both combinations. And certainly as Crimson and Morgan started out as opponents, Samoa Joe and Magnus, a whole different story, paired together in the wild card tournament. And you know, it's an unlikely duo, no question about it. But Mike, think back many years ago, they thought, well, a beer-drinking cowboy and a world-class athlete who's a money expert could never be a tag team together. Well, they went on to become beer money. Now you have a situation with Magnus and Samoa Joe. Early indications are, and I've talked to both men extensively about this, both are tremendous fans of one another. They complement each other's style in the ring. And certainly when you take a look at the silent but violent type of situation Samoa Joe has, where he does his talking in the ring, Magnus can back it up. And certainly these two so far are very confident going into this matchup.
And I think when you talk about that attitude that Samoa Joe has, was probably why many of us were doubters. Joe's primarily a loner. Joe's for Joe. You don't think of him being a tag team type wrestler because you don't think about Samoa Joe being able to get along with a tag team partner. But the Samoan and the Brit put together as a wild card, and they have shelled perfectly.
No question about it. And you talk about Magnus and Samoa Joe coming out of the Wembley Arena shows, going into this World Tag Team title matchup. Feels so much momentum going in. For Magnus, a career night. No question about it. Going out in front of his home country at Wembley Arena, the
got an incredible response.
No question about it. Confidence coming out of that. His family there, seeing everybody there, and the way that that crowd took to him in his home country. And certainly this situation now, going for the World Tag Team Championship. You know, Magnus has been in many tag teams before. Obviously, we've seen him with Doug Williams, but Samoa Joe is just a different kind of tag team partner. And when you have something like that, that really offsets your style, both men, I think, have proven that a combination like that, although very different between the two of them, together they have been very impressive.
And on the opposite side, the reigning World Tag Team Champions put together because Sting saw them as rivals who were beating the hell out of each other. Mexican America was looking for competition at the time. Sting's idea to put them together has been success to the max for the reigning champs, the Blueprint and the undefeated one. And Crimson starts with the strikes and then just drops and decks Magnus with a clothesline, but Magnus right back at him. European-style cravat into a snapmare and a follow elbow to the top of the head, and a steam off the ropes and a running knee drops Magnus. Here's the pin and quick kick out even before the 2 count.
And certainly since becoming a tag team, it seems as though Magnus, if you can believe this, and Magnus and Samoa Joe have kind of been the aggressors in dealing with Morgan and Crimson. Certainly taking every advantage to make a statement. We're for real. We're the real
suplex. Here's the blueprint on top of Magnus for 2. You're right. You look back at the attitude, the mindset of the challengers in this match. They were very competitive last month at Genesis in a tag team title loss, but they did not let that defeat deter them from going straight forward, continuing the attacks on the champs to the point where they just wouldn't go away, and they end up back with another title opportunity. Outside, illegally, the interference by Joe could turn it in their favor. It's Magnus who comes off the ropes with a big clothesline and now going to go to the mountain rain in the rights.
Sure, that, after what happened last month, no question about it. But when they return and make a statement like they did, now this time they're going into this matchup with a little bit better idea of who they're facing. They've been in the ring with these guys now a few times, more familiar with their style, know what to expect.
Striking specialist, submission specialist, the Samoan submission machine. Well, he's met with some strikes as Crimson, Crimson reels off the forearm shots. But after 3 Crimson strikes, it was all Samoa Joe to take down one half of the tag team champs, and here comes the double team from the challengers. Inverted atomic drop by Joe on Crimson. Big boot by Magnus. And the backsplash, senton style. Magnus is legal. Magnus the cover. And Magnus the, 2 count before. Well, Blueprint tried to come in and make the save, but fortunately for him, it was Crimson who got the shoulder up before 3.
And just calling it how I see it here, Mike. I mean, obviously what we saw there was a combination of moves from both guys. Samoa Joe and Magnus have gotten on the same page. You don't really see that too much from Crimson and Morgan. So impressive physically by both men, obviously, but as far as the combinations go, the tag team moves, tagging in and out, frequent tags as they've been doing all matchup long, they're gelling.
Champs had control early. But as JB just pointed out, challengers have been in the driver's seat for the past several minutes, and they really turned it in their favor with the quick double team move on Crimson. And in terms of tag team basics and strategy, not only the quick tags in and out like you mentioned, but also the cutting off of the ring, and at this point keeping the undefeated Crimson over on their side of the ring. Challengers now at this point dictating the pace, JB. Morgan trying to get the fans, trying to get the crowd into this match, cheering on his tag team partner, Crimson, to try and get Crimson over to the corner to make the tag. Big swing and a miss by Crimson is answered by the backdrop suplex. Magnus the lateral press for 2. Right back on him again. Persistence on the part of Magnus and the challengers. And again, in cutting off the ring, it's Crimson to the corner. Tag into Joe, who's gonna light up the chest.
Morgan wants in there so badly. Morgan needs to get in there so badly. Crimson has been on the brunt of this offense from Magnus and Samoa Joe for several minutes now.
Yeah, frustrated Blueprint standing and pacing on the apron, dying to get into the battle. Crimson with the strikes. Oh, pointed. He made contact with his corner, but instead Joe snap, slam, pin, 2 only, just as Crimson was headed over to make the tag into Morgan.
It was almost like he was making a run for Morgan, try and get that tag, and was interrupted by a power slam by the Samoan submission machine and an elbow drop.
Watch his elbow. Boy, every time you see the cover here on Crimson, you think in the back of your mind, you anticipate, could this be the end of the undefeated streak?
Joe just sizing up those right hands. He can deliver them, no question about it.
We are witnessing a tag team clinic from the challengers. Physically taking it to the champs like they have for the past several weeks. Explosive clothesline out of the corner by Crimson. Morgan pacing. Crimson expending so much energy coming out of the corner. Got to get his bearings. slapping himself in the face.
There he goes. Here comes Matt Morgan in.
And it's a fresh blueprint representing the defending champs.
Wow. Huge knee. And now
it's a big man. You're going to have to take him. He had throttled Joe. Throws him into the ropes. Catches him with the clothesline coming off. Meeting of the minds, and then the double clothesline. Fire behind the blueprint, 7 feet tall, 300 pounds, who came into the corner and caught by the Magnus boot.
Oh, wow. I mean, what strength. No question about it.
Slam down, wind him up. Oh. Drop kick by Joe. Perfect timing to break up the pin attempt on Magnus before the champions retain. Crimson and Joe exchange, and Joe with the rake of the eyes. But then the champs put it together. Double team shoulder block on the Samoan submission machine. Joe down. We're gonna go double team again here. Going for that double team elevator. Whoop. Blueprint in. Joe makes contact. Motions to Magnus. And they double team Matt Morgan in the corner. 300-pounder in first. And then Joe with the kick. Magnus set up in the corner. Oh, we've seen him gain so many victories like this. It starts with the snapmare by Samoa Joe, but it was blocked and countered by Morgan.
Great heads-up move by Matt Morgan, and now the champs have Samoa Joe in the middle. Oh!
Crimson goes for the spear on Joe. Joe moves out of the way. Crimson with the spear on his own partner. Running clothesline by Joe. Takes Crimson out to the floor. Oh, they're going to go for it again. Is it going to work this time? Step 1, snapmare. Step 2, big elbow drop. Step 3 is the pin, and we've got new tag team champs.
Your winners and new tag team champions, Samoa Joe and Magnus.
Wow, what a victory. And certainly after we have seen many, many weeks of people doubting this team, people saying no way this will ever work, here they are, your new World Tag Team Champions. We talked about the combinations, we talked about the gelling together as a team, and the mental attitude both men have now as a team, and that is the result of it right there, Mike. The World Tag Team Champions.
True definition of wild card. They put together the oil and water team. Many doubters. They proved them wrong, and tonight they really proved them wrong, and against all odds, yeah, we've got the new TNA World Tag Team Champs.
Let's take a look at how they did it, Mike. That snapmare into the big elbow from Magnus, and 1, 2, 3, we've got new World Tag Team Champions. Let's take a look at it from another viewpoint if we can. Snapmare at just 1-2 combination. We have new World Tag Team Champions, Samoa Joe and Magnus.
Challengers put it together like they have for the past couple of months. Yes, they have done it. Samoa Joe, Magnus, the new champs. As we're going to go backstage once again tonight at Against All Odds. Christy Hemme standing by with the Bully Ray.
Coming up later tonight, Bully Ray will be in a 4-way battle for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, Bully, how does it feel to be going up against someone who was once a friend, an ally? But
how does it feel when you call me at 2 o'clock in the morning and I blow you off? Okay? How does that feel? You shut up! Shut up! Don't talk! No matter how much makeup you put on and no matter how sleazy you try to dress, you still won't look good. Give me the microphone and go away, feeble woman. Storm, I got your number. Hardy, I've had your number for years. And Bobby Roode, I am in your head like no other wrestler has ever been. Everybody's been saying I'm the dark horse. Nah, I'm the thoroughbred. I'm the favorite. 6'4", 275, in the best shape I've ever been in and ready to piss off the wrestling world. Say it with me now. Bully Ray, TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
And back in the Impact Zone here in Orlando, Florida, at Against All Odds, in anticipation of yet another championship match. The X Division title on the line. And now, let's go to the X Factors. And since winning the X Division Championship last September, Austin Aries has turned back all challengers, confidently claiming that he combines talent, skill, ring awareness, brains, and athletic ability. That's all. A-Double insists that there's nobody at his level. No one can stop or outwit him, and while demanding stiffer competition, even threatened to walk away and retire as the champ. Well, if it's competition that Austin Aries wants, competition is what he's going to get. With the blessing of his Guns tag partner, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, now focusing his attention on singles competition. He beat Zema Ion recently, cemented his place as #1 contender.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the TNA X Division Championship. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, he is one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley.
X Division title match here at Against All Odds. Alex Shelley, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns. And you know, when you talk about the machine guns themselves, the timing really couldn't have been worse for the two of them. One comes back from an injury, another gets injured. But now Alex Shelley says he's 100% focused. The X Division Championship in his grasp, and he wants to take it tonight here at Against All Odds. And Mike, I won't lie, a lot of high expectations on this matchup.
And his opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, he is your TNA X Division Champion, Austin Aries.
And you talk about two guys that know each other very well going back many years. Austin Aries admitted to me, you know, you talk about a guy who's so arrogant, so confident, calls himself the greatest man that's ever lived. He admitted to me he likes wrestling Alex Shelley. He likes being in the ring with Alex Shelley. It's one of those athletes who brings out the best in him. He thrives on that competition, but said, at the end of the day, I will walk in champion, and I will walk out champion.
X Division title on the line. We opened Against All Odds earlier tonight with a #1 contenders match. Zema Ion defeating Jesse Sorensen. Jesse unable to continue in that match, and a quick update, Jesse Sorensen has been transported to a local medical facility here in Orlando, Florida for further evaluation, and we will have an update on Jesse's condition as soon as we're able to get it, be it tonight here at the pay-per-view, be on our website, or potentially even this Thursday on Impact Wrestling. We will update you on Sorensen's condition. Winner of this match, yes, becomes X Division champion or retains that title and will go on to meet the new #1 contender, Zema Ion, as a result of his win.
Obviously a situation there that will impact the future of the X Division, no question about it. And Alex Shelley, Austin Aries for the X Division Championship. I'll tell you what, you talk about two evenly matched competitors, two guys that really do bring out the best in one another. That's Alex Shelley, that's Austin Aries, that's what we're seeing right here at Against All Odds.
Yes, Alex Shelley, not only a former World Tag Team Champion, also former X Division Champion. He claims that it is his division. It's time to see if Alex Shelley can back up his words by winning the title. Shoulder block by the champ. A-Double takes down Shelley. How about the way he just cartwheeled right out of the way. He is a showboat. Loves to perform.
And it doesn't, oh, look out. Alex Shelley going in, seizing the opportunity. He said, oh, enough showboating. How about a few chops right across the chest?
The one thing you can say about Austin Aries, he backs it up. He wins at no surrender way back in September, the X Division Championship, defeating Brian Kendrick. And since then, he has held on to that goal. Demands the competition. Yeah, he's going to get it from Shelley, who comes out of the corner. Unique angle over the ropes and then down onto the arena floor. The contact made with the champ.
No question about it. Alex Shelley needs to capitalize on this momentum. And certainly what he has learned over many years here of being in Impact Wrestling is the competition is always fierce. And it's pretty interesting. I think you could almost make the point the championships have kind of avoided Alex Shelley. He's always been a top contender. He's always been an incredible performer. But, you know, one X Division title reign in almost 9 years now. You know, this is his time, and he knows it.
Here it is, slingshot right into the cover for 2. And yeah, just one time as World Tag Team Champion with Chris Sabin and the Motor City Machine Guns. And it's just one of those things, every time you look at those stats and think through it, I agree with you. It's like Alex Shelley, you'd think he'd be a multiple-time champion, both in terms of tag team and singles competition. And this is his opportunity to get that X Division gold back.
And Aries just kind of throws Alex Shelley to the side. Now, hold on a second.
Yeah, asking for a timeout.
Yeah, here comes your timeout.
Outside into the shoulder block and then straight down the neck of Shelley, snapping off the top steel cable. Ooh. Aries slingshot move in, prepared Shelley, and what JB talked about earlier, how well they know each other, the past meetings that they have had. And you saw just a glimpse of it there as Shelley with the double guns off the top for Aries and then connects with the thrust.
Oh, and back out to the floor now goes the X Division champion, Austin Aries.
Where'd he go? Aries went underneath the ring.
He's not there.
And came out the other side. Shelley looking around, and it's caught from behind with the knee.
Oh, look out. Austin Aries coming in.
Full speed ahead. The suicide dive by A-double.
You know, and he'll tell you, too, he goes through the first and the second rope for that move. He says it gives you more momentum coming in, straight in, direct shot. And a lot of times, his opponents go right back into the rail. And it's a pretty good strategy for Austin Aries. He's like a shark in there. He takes advantage of every situation. Take, for instance, his match with Mark Haskins in Wembley Arena. We saw what happened there. Really, I mean, took full advantage of the fact that Mark Haskins went for a shooting star press, landed on his head, went right back in, kicked him in the head, dropped him on his head.
Yeah, used the brain buster, and then beat him with a submission move after that. The submission that he calls the last chancery. Knee to the back again. The shots to the back here from Aries to Shelley, and so many of those knees to the back have been directed towards the shoulder of Alex Shelley, who you pointed out was sidelined with that shoulder.
No question about it. Still, you know, when you undergo an injury like that, you're never quite 100%. You say, yeah, I'm 100%, I'm ready to go. But really, at the end of the day, a lot of those injuries are nagging injuries he'll have in his entire career and has to be cautious of them in every single time he steps into the ring.
Ooh, wow. Open hand slapped by the champ, and then the snapmare, and able to drop down with both boots across the head and face. And again, the elbow to the back to the shoulder, and the pin on top for 2. And you can sense that Shelley is favoring the neck and the shoulder as the vice is applied by Aries.
And obviously, this situation that we have here between these two, so evenly matched. And since becoming X Division champion, Mike, Austin Aries has really, I mean, as if the confidence couldn't have gotten any more. I think it may have been replaced with a little bit of arrogance that we hadn't seen. Obviously, he's been arrogant from the get-go, but I mean, he's taken things to a whole new level.
Calls himself the greatest man who ever lived.
That's a little
How are you going to top that?
Right. Who wants to see it?
Playing to the crowd in anticipation of his pendulum elbow drop. Asking who wants to see it. And the telegraphing of the move comes back to haunt Aries. Opening is there for Shelley, but as soon as he gets up to his feet to try and capitalize on that opening, you see the eye rake by A-double.
Missed right hand, and there's Second one followed up. This is where Austin Aries thrives. He knows he has Shelley where he wants him. Oh, wait a minute. There's a kick. There's a big follow-up. Not so fast. You heard that chop echoing throughout the impact zone.
Yeah, the match that was all Aries now has turned in favor of the challenger. Whoa, inside out with the clothesline. Shelley playing off the crowd, getting that adrenaline rolling, getting it rushing. Still favoring the neck and shoulder area as Shelley gets back up, and he's got the champ in his sights.
This is how he sights it up. This is how he sets up. Oh, not so fast.
Caught him with the kick. Did Shelley, was going to go for the sliced bread in the corner. And then able to take Aries and propel him so that his head goes into the corner, second turnbuckle.
Wow, what a knee to the back of the skull. Unbelievable. It's certainly, at this stage of the matchup, Alex Shelley feeling the momentum, and obviously Austin Aries taking a breather on the outside. Probably not a bad idea. He goes back onto the ring.
And again, Shelley forced to put on the brakes. This time he sees Aries coming, and a double taken way over to the top. Is it going to work this time? Shelley dying to fly. Full speed ahead, suicide dive, and actually the headbutt to the chest of Aries propels him straight back into the guardrail, right into the steel.
Let's take a look at that again if we can, Mike. Alex Shelley between the second and third rope, just head first. Right into Austin Aries, who then went into the rail. Now it's up to Alex Shelley to capitalize on this momentum.
Fired up challenger, headed to the top. Here comes Alex Shelley. Went for that double foot stomp off the top. No success in connecting. Wow. Powerful slam to the canvas. Here's Shelley on top, and just that close to having a new X Division champion crown.
You couldn't have gotten any closer than that. Obviously, Alex Shelley felt the X Division championship in his grasp, and now just needs to follow up.
Champion is slow to recover. Shelley with the knee. Then went for the kick, but Aries was able to duck out of the way. Oh, doubly effective move with the knee. Takes him over, drops the elbow, into the pin for two. Notice that he didn't play around and showboat with the pendulum elbow that time.
And notice he connected on it. Obviously, now knows the seriousness of this match. Oh, almost went for that brainbuster and is met with a knee by Alex Shelley.
It took Shelley up into the air in anticipation of the brainbuster. And oh, a kick. Oh, Shelley rocked Aries. The momentum of Aries springing back off the ropes was able to catch Shelley and take him down.
That's just pure instinct. I mean, both men obviously damaged after all the offense they've taken, but now at this stage of the game, it's going to come down to heart. It's going to come down to who's got more in the tank.
Both men trying to regroup in the corner. Wow, what a boot. Aries goes full speed and, yeah, got caught right in the face by the Shelley boot. Quick attempt to slice bread. Stopped and blocked by the champ. Gonna take it out to the apron and go for it again. And again, no success for Shelley. This is dangerous out here. Oh my God!
Are you kidding me?
Think about the injuries to the shoulder, the neck that Shelley has suffered, and also take into account that ring apron There's absolutely no give out there. No. The toughest part of the ring, and he dropped him straight down on the back of his head.
Oh. Let's take a look at that again if we can.
Oh, it's going to be tough. This is going to be tough.
Wow. Oh. Now, from the top.
Oh. Big double sledge to the back by Aries, who goes airborne on Shelley. Oh, this should do it. Challenger rolled in. Champ hooks. Champ covers. Wow.
Again, that's pure instinct. That's just adrenaline. Alex Shelley somehow, some way, able to kick out of that. But Austin Aries showing once again that he is absolutely relentless. He's ruthless.
And at the same time, Shelley is awfully resilient to be able to kick out after what he has just gone through. Aries from the top. Oh, no success for Aries. Kick, and then, yeah, slice bread. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have a new champ. Here's one, here's two. Oh, just at the last second. You know, he always talks about his ring awareness, how good it is. There's an example right there. A double, able to put out the hand, make contact with the bottom rope, and he gets the break.
Absolute truth of that statement, no question about it. He knows where he is in the ring, no matter what happens, and able there at the last moment to realize he's close enough to grab the bottom rope and break that 3 count from what was almost sure to happen at that point.
Shelley's got to stay with the game plan. Can't get frustrated because Aries got the rope break. Goes for the kick. Oh, the quick roll up out of nowhere.
Oh, look at those knees to the top of the head. Oh, and a kick.
Series of strikes by Aries, causing damage to the challenger. And then a running drop kick in the corner. Gonna bring it out to the middle of the ring, gonna take him up into the air. Oh, there it is. Brainbuster, champ on top. Here we go, here's 2.
Whoa, not so fast.
Life left. Something left in the tank for Alex Shelley.
Wow. I mean, everybody sure it was the end for Alex Shelley after that barrage of momentum from Austin Aries.
A maniacal look in the face of Aries. Almost as if, what the hell else do I have to do to put Shelley away? Oh, thought he was going to go brainbuster again instead. Quick, small package, roll up, but not enough to get 3. Another side roll that time by Shelley. Shelley with the kick. First to the chest, then to the back of the head. Gonna roll him over, Shelley on top. Here's 2. Ooh.
What a match. Wow, you talked about 2 guys being evenly matched. Alex Shelley and Austin Aries, it could go either way.
Well, your broadcast team agrees with the crowd here at Against All Odds in this X Division Championship match. Super competitive bout. Shelley gonna go slice bread one more time. Heads to the corner. What a stop.
That's wow.
Front slam roll over.
And look at those knees connecting right to the top of the head. And that time got one into the upper. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, dazes Shelley to the point that Aries can take him up. Catches him brainbuster again. And there it is. There's the last chancery. Submission hold apply. And Shelley's got a tap.
Here's your winner and still the TNA X Division Champion, Austin Aries.
Wow. What an X Division title matchup we have presented for you tonight here at Against All Odds, with Austin Aries prevailing. 2 brainbusters on Shelley. And as you look back and think about this match, JB, so much of his offense focused on the head, shoulder of Shelley. It pays off in the end, even to the point where he wins with that last chancery submission.
No question about it. We're going to take a chance to see how exactly Austin Aries was able to retain the X Division Championship here at Against All Odds. As you look at Alex Shelley, and obviously both men feeling the wear, the fatigue from this hard-fought battle in which Austin Aries able to retain. Here he comes at the top of the match, Alex Shelley, Austin Aries. What an entrance, huh? And since With the bell ringing from the get-go, it was back and forth. And you see that momentum through the first and second row from Austin Aries, a big clothesline to the back of the head. It was one shot after another. And Austin Aries really went to some great lengths to do major damage to the back of the neck, the back of the head of Alex Shelley with one brain buster, and he thought that was it. Alex Shelley showed signs of life. What a kick to the face, kick to the back of the head. We thought that was it. We thought that was going to be the end of the match. Not the case. And then it was that final brain buster, followed up with that chancery on Alex Shelley that spelled the end, the tap out, and the win for Austin Aries, still X Division champion here at Against All Odds. An incredible victory for the X Division champ.
And kudos to both men, both the champion, A-Double, as well as the challenger, Alex Shelley. Terrific effort, even in defeat, as we go to Christy Hemme with Jeff Hardy.
It is Against All Odds, and Jeff Hardy, you are no stranger to being against the odds. Now, we've already spoken to your other competitors in going for the World Heavyweight Championship tonight, but I think the question that we all have on our minds is, how is your back doing?
My back has seen better days. My neck has seen better days. Myself sees gold. The Enigmas see gold. This is Against All Odds, and Jeff Hardy is feeling lucky. So creatures, mount up!
I think if you factor in experience as a team when it comes to this wild card tag tournament, you'd have to consider AJ Styles, Kazarian among the favorites.
The advantage that we have over the other teams in this tournament is that there's actual chemistry here. I can trust this guy. He can trust me. That's how a team wins.
Kazarian wins the tag, pounding on the turnbuckle, begging for AJ to get him involved. Kazarian just dropped to the floor. Leaves him high and dry. What the hell's the story when it comes to Kazarian, Daniels, Styles? Daniels laying down the law to Kazarian as the two of them come down here to get a close-up look.
You can just tell Kazarian was kind of reluctant to whatever Daniels wants him to do.
Why was Christopher Daniels telling him when and what to do? And why was Kazarian allowing it?
Frankie Kazarian doesn't owe you any answers. He doesn't owe you a damned thing.
I don't care what's going on between you and him. Get in this ring with me, shake my hand, and we'll forget about all of it.
Kazarian, you know exactly why you're not gonna shake his hand. Now you get out of that ring right now! I'm gonna go to Sting, and I'm gonna propose a match for Against All Odds that's gonna settle this once and for all. I want AJ Styles versus Frankie Kazarian.
Kazarian faces the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Test is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Christopher Daniels from Anaheim, California, Kazarian.
The match that Christopher Daniels asked for. The match that Daniels told Kazarian to go to Sting and demand. And Taz and I have been talking about this, JB, for weeks. And I'm going to ask you to spend a lot of time with these competitors on the road. Enlighten us, tell us what you know. Why is it and what is it that Daniels has over Kazarian?
I have absolutely no idea what it is, Mike, but I can honestly tell you, from guys that usually travel together on the road, and to see it, how it's all broken down now, to see how there's just dissension, to see how something's going on between these two.
And he's even wearing Daniels' t-shirt. Yeah, you know Daniels forced that.
And his opponent from Gainesville, Georgia, he is the phenomenal AJ Styles.
And obviously, Mike, this has been just nothing more than a situation where Kazarian is the pawn in the game of Christopher Daniels. Since the decimation of Fortune, and since this is all falling apart, it's been Daniels' #1 goal. He's obsessed with being what AJ Styles has. That's the face of this company. That's a man who has just earned his spot, has earned the respect of the fans, and quite honestly, to me, it comes down to Christopher Daniels being nothing more than jealous. And now, after all is said and done, incorporating Kazarian into the plan, whatever this is, whatever he is holding over Kazarian's head, obviously is all part of the bigger picture, which is Christopher Daniels, I think, is insanely jealous of AJ Styles and who he is and who he means to this company, or what he means. Obviously, it's a situation that Kazarian has found himself in where he's not only having to wear the guy's shirt, he's having to wrestle one of his best friends many years.
And do the dirty work repeatedly of Christopher Daniels. Fortune dissolving to the point where AJ Styles is a man on an island at this point.
He's a lone wolf. And obviously, if you look at where everybody has gone, I mean, look at obviously Bobby Roode now, world champion. James Storm, top challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship. Christopher Daniels, obsessed, now brings Kazarian into this. AJ Styles having to deal with this now.
And we mentioned, we presumed that Daniels was forcing Kazarian to wear the shirt down, and when Kazarian tried to take the shirt off before the match, Daniels said, "No way, leave it on." And what Daniels says, Kazarian follows.
And I'm not so AJ Styles. I mean, obviously, has to be very frustrated with this whole situation.
And that frustration boils over with AJ ripping the shirt off of Kazarian and then just taking him down, neutralizing him in mid-ring. That's one snug side headlock.
Sure is. And, you know, it's sad to see, obviously, because there's so many years together as good friends, and now, you know, guys that used to travel together on the road. AJ Styles now says he travels with his Nintendo 3DS. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's what's keeping him occupied, where it used to be, you know, some camaraderie, such, you know, you get to know these guys so well, and they do. They know each other so well. And obviously now the situation is evolved to a point where Christopher Daniels is incorporating Kazarian into his own personal battle.
And that knowledge of each other has to be a major part of this matchup going forward. He's going to be that competitor, that wrestler who's able to vary the game plan, potentially come up with something new, something different to catch his opponent off guard here. And when you've got Christopher Daniels positioned around the ringside area, AJ, you've got to be prepared. You've got to be ready not only to deal with Kazarian, but also Daniels. Think back to Wembley Arena, the one-on-one matchup recently on Impact Wrestling between AJ Styles and Daniels. The hesitance, the reluctance on the part of Kazarian to get involved. So conflicted in all of his actions, but Daniels insisting that Kazarian tossed in the foreign object, we presume maybe brass knuckles that he put around his hand. He hit AJ, knocked him out, and got the pin. So Daniels not beyond interfering in this match.
And, you know, obviously not satisfied with that victory either. I mean, obviously, it's not the way you'd want to win, but when you take a look at the crowd all over Christopher Daniels tonight, they've seen enough.
Nice counter by Kazarian that's answered by AJ. Oh, AJ went for the leapfrog. And Kazarian puts on the brakes and then ends up out on the floor. And now eye-to-eye contact made by Styles and Daniels. Well, the puppet master pulling all the strings to the point there that he was screaming at Kazarian to get up, get back in. Gonna watch AJ's strategy and his game plan here. Stiff kick takes Kazarian off his game. And then the great extension of the legs, one of AJ's specialty moves, the powerful drop kick.
And let's not forget as well, I mean, obviously some unusual circumstances here leading to this matchup, but Kazarian and AJ Styles, I mean, these two know each other so well. Obviously, both as friends and now opponents on the other side of the ring looking at each other. It's obviously a situation where Kazarian knows he has to get the victory. He has to do something in order to satisfy Christopher Daniels at this point.
AJ's offense has been directed to the lower back of Kazarian. The impactful backbreaker has really turned it in AJ's favor. The repeated kicks as well from the phenomenal one have all been delivered with authority and all delivered to the back of Kazarian. Kazarian's attempt to get offense his way stopped immediately by AJ.
Oh, wow. Just grabbed the face, pulled back, and took him with him. Obviously, heads-up maneuver by Kazarian. And you got to wonder, too, at the end of it, is there something for Kazarian, obviously, in this, obviously with the intention of satisfying whatever Christopher Daniels is holding over his head, but, you know, Kazarian's a competitor. There's no question about it. He really is, whether it's his reign as X-Division champion, he's obviously been in the mix. Oh, wait a minute.
AJ sliding down the apron. Goes airborne with a flying forearm shot that stacks up Kazarian on the arena floor.
Come on over here. Come get you some.
Words exchanged again between Styles and Daniels. A weakened Kazarian rolled back in. AJ to the offense, and when you watch the moves that he has made to this point, and you're going to go here first, Indian deathlock, then drops back and out of the bridge, has the chin lock applied.
And almost everything AJ Styles has done has been in the vantage point where he's got an eye on Daniels at the same time. He has to.
Submission hold was applied by Styles, but Kazarian was close enough to the ropes where he was able to reach out and touch and get the break. So much of the offense that you see from Styles in this match leads me to believe that he was trying to set up Kazarian down the line for the Styles clash. That time, AJ crashes in the corner, and oh, wow, incredible elevation out of the corner. The Kazarian monkey flip sends Styles all the way across the ring. And approval from Daniels, pounding on the apron and telling Kazarian to put AJ away.
Yeah, he wants him. Get on him, follow up, follow through.
Off the gut wrench of the slam. It's barely a 1 count from Kazarian as AJ not going to let Kazarian gain that confidence. Styles planted, mid-ring slam, and then Kazarian springs back up the middle rope with the leg drop. Kazarian on top, and again, not even getting to the 2 count on these pin attempts.
And Christopher Daniels on the outside of the ring saying, get on him, stay on him.
Body language of Kazarian has been so interesting for the past several weeks. And you can even sense it, obviously, when they come out. But even during the match, you see how conflicted he is with having to do what Daniels wants him to do to Styles.
I mean, I don't dare speculate, but what in the world could it be? What in the world could propel this situation into what it's become? Obviously.
Watch this, another pin attempt, and yes, another near fall. JB, it's the question that we have been asking for weeks, ever since that tag team match in the wild card tag team tournament. The moment that Kazarian dropped down off that apron and was not there to support AJ Styles as his tag team partner in that tournament, the question that we've been asking, what is behind it? Off that kick, here it is. Kazarian another pin attempt, and still not able to gain that 3.
And obviously it's something that Christopher Daniels is keeping very close to the vest, not letting out any information. Obviously it's part of his game plan. As I said before, using Kazarian as a pawn in his game.
How about the impact of AJ's back, making contact in the corner with the turnbuckles.
And Daniels is saying, hurt him, get on him.
And that's exactly what Kazarian does again, back first into the corner. Flying with that side Russian leg sweep. Daniels upset that Kazarian has not been able to put AJ away. Kazarian going with the front face lock here in an effort to maintain the control, keep that momentum on his side that he's picked up over the course of the past several minutes that he's dominated the match. Imperative for AJ, first to get back to his feet, which he does. Gonna try and unleash the offense with the forearms first, favor the back.
Wow, what a great kick by Kazarian. Perfectly timed, and
could this do it?
And just when AJ Styles starts to fight out, Kazarian is able to just respond in a way that obviously is crowd now all over Daniels again, is he? Looking over at Daniels. Daniels is telling him to cinch it in, pull it back.
Kazarian has the arms of AJ Styles trapped, seized. And a defenseless AJ. Notice at the same time, not only the arms hook by Kazarian, but the well-placed knee that he has in the lower back and the shoulder of AJ Styles, as AJ again up to a knee.
Able to power out and follow up with 2 big rights.
Those forearms, though, with AJ's back hurting, not having the impact that they usually do. That one rocked the head of Kazarian. Wow. Kazarian clothesline missed, but the 2 clotheslines and the enziguri by AJ were right on the money. Fired up Styles, invites Kazarian to come on, takes him high up into the air and drops him down. Back first across the knee, and looked like when contact was made with Styles' knee that time, that AJ certainly felt it. Takes Kazarian up, plants him face first, roll over, pin, and pin attempt by AJ, a good idea, but in terms of his weight position on top for the 3 count, wasn't able to hold the shoulders down of Kazarian.
And obviously after taking just minutes of offense from Kazarian, not actually able to capitalize on the situation entirely, but sets him up for what appeared to be an attempt at the Styles Clash. Here we go again.
This goes back to earlier. Could have been maybe the fade to black that was attempted by Kazarian off the reversal of the Styles Clash. Kazarian shot to the corner, able to get the boot up when AJ came running at him.
Oh! Wow, what momentum.
What a drop kick. Here's the pin. Kazarian on top for 2 again.
Kazarian just sent Styles flying with that double drop kick.
AJ gonna try and regroup. But the second that he's back up, Kazarian's on him, elevates him over. AJ lands on his feet, drop down to the jawbreaker. Kazarian holding on for dear life to the ropes. AJ going to drag him out, and it looked like another Styles Clash attempt. You know, this goes back to what we talked about right at the outset of this match, the knowledge that they have of each other. The attempts both at the fade to black from Kazarian that was blocked by Styles, as well as the repeated attempts at the Styles Clash by AJ.
Well, you know these two know each other, so look out. Wait a minute. Oh, wow. And that's a game changer right there.
Wow. Using the apron as a weapon. Kazarian able to drive Styles head first and face first. Right down, both men roll out to the floor. Daniels all over Kazarian, trying to get him to put AJ away as we take another look at the impactful move from Kazarian.
Yeah, check this out. Kazarian over the top and just grabs the head of AJ Styles and wow, right down into the mat. And we mentioned before in the previous match, that is the worst place in the ring to land. That is absolutely, there's no room for give. There's nothing there. You might as well be on the concrete floor for all intents and purposes.
Daniels pounding on the ring. Tells Kazarian to put Styles away. Kazarian the running knee, and again the body language, the reluctance from Kazarian, but this time slingshot in, cut her down, pin, follow, here we go.
Wow, so close.
Boy, a dazed Styles is backed up into the corner by Kazarian, and AJ going to try and fight it off from the top. Oh, wow. And Kazarian right back, connects with the strike, the big kick in the corner that bends AJ over backwards.
And Daniels once again telling Kazarian, seize the moment, seize the opportunity. This match is yours to win.
And Kazarian up on top, AJ fighting him off, elbows to the side of the head. Kazarian answers with forearms to the head. AJ, last resort, using the headbutt to knock Kazarian down. Quick burst of energy by Styles. Inverted and reverse DDT. Here we go. Here's the cover, and no, just two.
So close, Mike. Obviously, a desperation move there by AJ Styles in terms of coming out of nowhere.
Desperation, and it almost paid off for AJ Styles. Kazarian hooking the leg of Styles to prevent him from hitting him with any other kind of a high-risk move.
Yeah, AJ was eyeing the top rope there and was probably going to make a move for it. Kazarian wisely grabbed him by the leg. Hang on.
Suplex attempt answered by Kazarian, who first lands on his feet and then powers AJ down to the mat, but Kazarian as well still rocky from the offense that he has taken from Styles, and both men down. Boy, this is gut check time at this point in the match. Lengthy battle between Styles and Kazarian, and both of these warriors back up to their feet. Standing switch after Kazarian blocks the suplex attempt, then rolls through, trying to get his momentum all the way over, but AJ able to stop it.
Wow, what strength. AJ Styles able to,
especially this late in the match, the way he was able to bridge out. Now the drop down with the bridge pin.
And out of nowhere. Wow, AJ Styles can hit you with the Pele kick at any point from anywhere in the ring. That's amazing. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, even though Kazarian has seen that a million times, AJ able to hit it at the most opportune time for him. And now with Kazarian dazed, AJ right at him. Styles taken out to the apron. This is where he likes to capitalize on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Little change of direction by Styles. Just when we thought he was going to springboard towards Kazarian. It's the opposite as he takes out Daniels.
And talk about a split-second decision.
Now it's AJ's match. Goes springboard again. Caught in mid-move by Kazarian, who hits the fade to black. Pin, cover, and Kazarian wins it.
Here's your winner, Kazarian.
Wow, Daniels on the receiving end of that incredible moonsault from AJ Styles, but getting back into the ring, Kazarian was ready for him. And now you know Daniels is going to claim this as his own victory. There's no question about it. He's going to be walking around backstage saying, we beat AJ Styles again. And obviously he's delusional, but at the same time.
And to your point, as he raised the hand of Kazarian, he was pointing to his own head.
Let's take a look at how it all went down here at Against All Odds. AJ Styles versus Kazarian. Great drop kick by Styles. And you see the offensive arsenal by both men, so impressive. Big clothesline and another. Is that enziguri kick? And just one move after another as AJ Styles delivers the Pele kick. And look at this, split-second decision to go back with the moonsault and take out Daniels. And then it was Kazarian who caught the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, with the fade to black and the cover and the 3 count.
Yeah, it looked like a great idea, and it was a great reaction when AJ went for Daniels. But it came back to haunt AJ Styles. Kazarian, that reverse-style pile driver, gains him the win. Against All Odds rolls on as we go backstage to Christy Hemme.
I'm here with Eric Bischoff and Gunner. Now, Eric, with Hulk Hogan being in your son Garett's corner, how do you feel about him sort of taking a fatherly role in his life?
That's a good question, Christy, and to be honest with you, it kind of half pisses me off. But in a way, I'm grateful. I mean, I resent the fact that Hulk feels the need to insert himself in my own personal family business and somehow get involved between my son and I. But at the same time, I'm grateful to Hulk because Hulk's been around the business a long time, and at least Hulk understands just how dangerous this situation is, and the fact that Gunner here is likely going to destroy Garett, and quite possibly so much so that Garett may not ever be able to participate in any kind of physical activity again. And as a father, I feel that maybe I'm responsible for putting him in this situation. And I know how tough it must be for a young man to try to live up to his father's level of success. And I know that kind of pressure, and I feel bad that maybe I put him here, but it is what it is. And the very least I can do is give Garett and Hulk a way out. And when it gets bad enough, please give that to the referee and ask Hulk to throw in the towel, put an end to it.
Garett, tonight, you will feel pain, you will know fear, and I will finish what I started. Hulk, you're gonna need this. Go ahead and throw it in. They're gonna need something to wipe up what's left.
Gunner, do you realize what kind of name you're making for yourself in this business? You realize that you are an impact player now. You know how you're getting to be a star? Because everybody that goes out against you ends up in an ambulance. Nobody will want to wrestle you a month from now.
Right there in the eyes of Gunner. Mr. Intensity is ready to go. Garett Bischoff, I think the young man's in grave danger in this matchup here tonight.
Explosive move out of the corner by Garett Bischoff, and he gets cut off just like that. Right in his face.
Nice single leg.
Yeah, grab the single leg, right in the pin.
Oh!
He did it!
Oh my God, what an upset. Oh my God, a kid landed on his head. Oh, no, don't do this, Gunner.
Wait a minute.
No.
Stop!
How's that feel, punk? Huh? Making that work get so good, huh? Hey, I'll go home, tell Mom you're doing just fine. Don't worry about it.
You had Gunner send me out here on a stretcher. You can have him come back down here tonight and do it again. But I'll come back. And then you can have him come down and do it again. And I'm gonna keep coming back because that's what I do. Oh. By the way, I have a new trainer. You'll be shocked to find out who he is.
Hulk Hogan is back!
I promised you I would watch your back. That's what against all odds means. I'm in the corner with you, your dad's in the corner with Gunner, and I'm gonna make sure it's a fair fight between you two, once and for all.
Against all odds, the future of this business, Garett Bischoff, is gonna go one-on-one against Gunner, brother.
Gunner takes on Garett Bischoff.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Eric Bischoff from Atlanta, Georgia, Gunner.
Well, in light of the video package that we all just witnessed, can you believe the BS on the part of Eric Bischoff? The pre-match interview saying that they're going to bring a towel to ringside as a way out, a chance for Garett Bischoff to throw in the towel, and then Bischoff even says that he resents the fact that Hulk Hogan's getting involved here. A little late for that.
And his opponent from Clearwater Beach, Florida, Garett Bischoff. And he is accompanied by the immortal Hulk Hogan.
They stand at one. They stand as one here at the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, as the trainer of Garett Bischoff. Hulk Hogan accompanies him to ringside. It's going to be Hogan in the corner of Garett Bischoff. Meanwhile, Garrett's father, Garett Bischoff, positioned in the corner of Immortals, Mr. Intensity Gunner.
And how about Eric Bischoff during that final comments before this matchup saying, yeah, poor Garrett's just a man's going to have a hard time living up to the success of his father. Actually feeling sympathetic for Garett. Please, are you kidding me? Garett Bischoff in a very short time has shown more heart and more courage than Eric Bischoff ever has. And certainly when you take a look at this matchup, going into the ring against Gunner, obviously with Hulk Hogan, his advisor, his trainer in his corner, let's see what happens here at Against All Odds.
And if you're Garett Bischoff, think of the time that you spent in the hospital being taken away from this same building in an ambulance, all as a result of that mission of destruction from the man that he goes face to face with tonight at Against All Odds in Immortals Gunner. Quickness of Garett Bischoff right from the start of this match with the arm drags. And again, Gunner on the defensive, looking around, making his You saw that he made eye contact first with Hogan, then looked right over at Eric Bischoff.
No question about it. You talk about the strategy implemented by Hulk Hogan. I can tell you this much. This last Friday night in Norfolk, Virginia, Garett Bischoff wrestled the match. And, you know, I was told, make sure and get videotape. Garett wants to see the match. He wants to study it. They went over it together after. And you know, as this continues to progress, as the training continues, you know, he's a student of the game. There's no question about it, and has a great advisor. Watching videotapes, that's what it takes.
And we've really seen the confidence of young Garett Bischoff grow. It's back to the point where when he came back, when he was cleared by the doctors after being hospitalized with the attack by Gunner, when he went to put the referee's shirt on, and Sting stopped him. He said, "You're no longer a referee. You are now a member of the Impact Wrestling roster." And to get that kind of affirmation from someone like Sting has to be so important. Then you follow up with Hulk Hogan as your trainer. And that confidence in Garett Bischoff just grows day by day and week by week, working on the arm of Gunner.
And certainly what we've seen from Gunner, I mean, just a week after week, just relentless beatings and people going to the hospital one after another. Obviously, he's shown his vicious side. There's no question about it. He's shown the lengths he's willing to go to. And Garett Bischoff knows firsthand what kind of opponent he's getting into in the ring tonight in Gunner.
Series of headbutts from Gunner, now raking the eyes of Garett Bischoff across the top rope. And you put your opponent in such a tough situation there when the vision of Garett Bischoff has been impaired by Gunner. Garett swinging those punches and connecting rights and lefts and a couple of series of right hands to the head of Gunner. But the offense of Garett Bischoff stopped by Gunner's strikes, and Garett comes firing right back.
Oh, look at this.
Yes. Father getting involved. Eric Bischoff hooking the leg of his son, Garett.
And with Hulk Hogan at ringside, he is not going to be able to deal with that. I mean, there's no question about it. Enough's enough.
The whole idea behind this match to have Hulk Hogan out here at ringside in the corner of Garett to avoid Eric interfering in the match. Attempted to slam, and Garett able to float over and then come off the ropes with a double cross chop. How about this? Backslide takes Gunner down. Momentum of Gunner enabled him to roll through and stop the count.
Good job. Keep your center, keep your base. Good.
I think so far, Hulk Hogan's got to be pretty impressed with his student. There's no question.
And Eric Bischoff looks concerned. The words of wisdom from Hulk Hogan at ringside, the trainer of Garett Bischoff.
There you go, brother. Good job, Rob.
And Gunner going to try and use his power game against Garett. Elevates him up into the air. Out of the corner, Garett with the roll-up. And then Garett Bischoff, inverted atomic drop. And he has made incredible strides as a rookie, but that is something that you have to keep in mind. Garett Bischoff is still a rookie here on this Impact Wrestling roster. And in terms of experience, Gunner has been in many more high-profile matches and has that decided experience edge in this match.
And certainly while he may lack the experience, he doesn't lack anything in the heart department. He can keep getting up. That's one thing we've seen from Garett so far is, you know, obviously the brunt of this offense he's taken from Gunner.
Elbow, pin, you're right. Even his ability to come back from being hospitalized in that pile driver out on the concrete.
You know, at that point, a lot of people would just hung it up, just said, no, this isn't for me, obviously.
But especially with your father insisting that that's exactly what you do.
And that was his game plan. There's no question. The implementation, Gunner, orchestrated by Eric Bischoff this entire time.
The ferocity of Gunner on the attack. Tossing Garett right in the corner, right in front of Hogan, and then putting the boots to him. And Gunner hollering out, "Here you go, Hulk."
And you can see the difference, the look in the faces of both men, respectively. Obviously, Hulk Hogan very concerned at this point. Eric Bischoff feeling a little bit more confident.
Sure has changed over the course of the past several minutes as this match has gone in Gunner's favor.
Look at that, just a knee right across the back of the neck.
That first knee that Gunner connected with to the stomach of Garett Bischoff took the wind right out of him. That enables him to follow up with the second knee as well as this move now as he goes with the neck vice.
No question about it, Mike. You get the wind knocked out of you and you're going to be stopped right in your tracks. There's nothing you can do at that point. And right now, it's Gunner in full control.
And the offense that we have seen from Gunner, move like this, working on the head and the neck of Garett Bischoff. Think back, the pile driver on the concrete. It was the head and the neck of Garett that was injured initially.
I don't think for a second, Mike, that Eric Bischoff didn't put him up to that. I mean, obviously he saw an opportunity to work on that neck. It's still, you know, just obviously it can't be 100% recovered after that seriousness of that situation. And Eric Bischoff, from the get-go, you know, implemented this strategy, said work on that neck.
JB, you have talked to many wrestlers through the years, and they tell you when you have that neck injury, as Gunner is able to slingshot him off the ropes and go right for the pin, you have that neck injury and you do get cleared by the doctors, you do get back into action. But it's never really 100%, as you say, and then when someone like Gunner is going to take his offense and just concentrate on wearing down and trying to re-injure the neck.
Well, you never wrestle the same as either, because it's always in the back of your head. You know you're just one bad move away from a serious situation, and obviously not the way Garett Bischoff wanted to start off his career, but he was initiated in a big way at the hands of Gunner. The hands, obviously, we saw with Ric Flair there. Oh.
Garett Bischoff digging down deep, able to hook the legs of Gunner, elevate him up into the air and face plant him.
And that is, hopefully for Garett Bischoff, a moment the match could be some momentum. As Hulk Hogan looks on, Eric Bischoff looks on. It's anyone's match at this point.
Get back to your base, Garett.
And you hear the coaching. So get back to your base. You have to work from your feet, and obviously these right hands we've been seeing back and forth from both men. And Garett's still feeling the effects of that neck, and there's a neck breaker. As Hulk Hogan looks on with great concern, Eric Bischoff, I dare say, feeling a little confident, brings his son over right in front of him now, and look at this. Oh, come on.
Yeah, the cheap shot. Father hitting son.
That's it. Hogan's had enough.
Hulk Hogan boiling over, has had enough of this, and oh yeah, gonna turn it around with one perfectly placed right hand that decks Eric Bischoff. Quick pin attempt here. Roll up by Garett. No, just two.
And now, Eric Bischoff hopefully out of the picture at least, to where he's not able to interject himself into this matchup. Gunner now looking to take full control over Garett Bischoff. And now going in for what appears to be another neck breaker. Working over that neck. Oh, wow.
Garett, you gotta get back up.
Straight down with the neck breaker. The back of the head of Garett Bischoff bouncing off the canvas.
Come on, brother, you gotta get up. You gotta fight back. Ref, check his neck. Check his neck. Check his neck, brother. You gotta get back up. You gotta fight.
concern evident from both the words and the actions of the trainer of Garett Bischoff, Hulk Hogan, looking on at ringside. And another strike.
Come on, brother.
To the back of the neck and the head of Garett Bischoff, courtesy of Gunner.
He's just taken so much to the back of that neck, Mike, and obviously already injured going in. You can see, I mean, it's just excruciating pain.
You gotta fight back, Garett. Referee, check his neck. Check his neck, brother. Garett, you
Senior official.
I'm gonna stop this thing.
Earl Hebner looking on.
Brother. No. Oh, no,
This guy is just relentless. Gunner gonna go neck breaker again, and Garett Bischoff.
And Mike, look, Hulk Hogan's got the towel.
Garett, you gotta fight back. Wow.
The concern from Hogan as Hulk went up to the apron with the towel in hand. He was going to throw the towel in, and Garett Bischoff told him, no, I'm going to fight through this. DDT by Gunner, and he gets the 3 count.
Here is your winner, Gunner.
Wow, what a win for Gunner, obviously, after what was seemingly, and look at the face of Eric Bischoff, realizing what's happened. Are you kidding me? After just an incredible amount of punishment to the back of the neck, already injured going into that matchup, Hulk Hogan came up with the towel and obviously said, learn to maybe fight another day. Maybe come back and try this again, but Garett Bischoff waved him off, said, I don't want any part of that. I want to continue. I want to fight. That's the heart this kid's got, but I mean, enough's enough. It was too much.
Almost difficult to watch as this match progressed, especially after what we saw several weeks ago with Garett Bischoff being hospitalized, and absolutely no remorse on the part of Immortals. Gunner was able to just totally assault and work on the head and the neck of Garett Bischoff to the point where he gains the victory tonight at Against All Odds. Celebration with Eric Bischoff, and obviously concern on the part of Hulk Hogan. JB, you talked about living to fight for another day, but if you think of the mindset of Garett Bischoff throughout this match, it was such a gutsy, such a courageous effort. Even when Hulk Hogan comes up on the ring apron with the towel and wants to throw in the towel, Garett Bischoff insisted that the match continues. In the end, it's Gunner victorious. But what an amazing effort by Garett Bischoff in defeat.
Yeah, it was a great effort. There's no question about it. And Garett showed, I mean, incredible improvement in a very short time in the ring, but obviously coming in not 100% and then taking the brunt of that offense for a number of minutes from a ruthless, relentless Gunner. Hulk Hogan was really thinking, I think, of the better interest of Garett Bischoff, but at the last second, I mean, Garett Bischoff showed he's got a lot of heart. I mean, guts, I don't know what you'd call that, but he let Hulk know he was not ready to quit this match. He wanted to continue. He wanted to keep fighting. But obviously, hopefully, Garett Bischoff will learn from this night. And obviously, it's going to be a situation where he's going to have to take some time to recover from this neck.
JB still to come, and ladies and gentlemen as well, here at Against All Odds, our main event, our 4-way world title match as we go backstage to Christy Hemme.
Thanks, guys. We've spoken to all 4 men in this 4-way matchup for the World Heavyweight Championship, and now I'd like to bring in the special guest enforcer, Sting. The question we all want to know is, why did you decide to be the special enforcer?
Well, because I want to make sure that everybody, that is James Storm, Bobby Roode, Bully Ray, and even Jeff Hardy, that they're all on their best behavior, and man, it feels good to be in the Impact Zone again tonight. Against All Odds, world title, I'm going to make sure and use my authority tonight to make sure that Bobby Roode does not walk away conveniently from the match, that he doesn't use the world title to bash somebody over the head with it, that he doesn't use a beer bottle to bash somebody over the head. I'm going to make sure that we have a clear-cut winner tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime!
Bobby Roode, the self-proclaimed it factor of TNA wrestling and the current world heavyweight champion. Roode's ability to do whatever it takes to remain champion has been vital to keeping the gold around his waist. But how will he manage against three of the best in Impact Wrestling?
How nice is that? The name of the pay-per-view is Against All Odds, and I guess everybody's thinking that the odds are now against the world champion, against me, because I got Jeff Hardy, who's out for blood for what I did to him at Genesis. You got James Storm, my former tag team partner. He's still out for blood.
You know, I was screwed out of my rematch with Robert Roode, and I'm the rightful #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship. And against all odds, one way or another, I'm going to get the job done to get back to what I believe is mine, and that's the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship.
Just think about it. Bully Ray, World Heavyweight Champion. It's not so much about being the World Heavyweight Champion for me as it is of pissing the entire wrestling world off. I'm willing to do anything every single match I'm in. I go out there to win. I go out there to steal shows. And that's what I have been doing since the beginning of my career.
I want to be the man that beats him for that world title. I want to be the man that stands over him and looks down at him, and he looks up at me and knows that he got beat by the better man, by the cowboy James Storm, that guy that deserves to be the World Heavyweight Champion.
Bobby, you're just standing on the tracks, and I'm the frickin' locomotive coming through.
Bully Ray just exemplified he's about himself and not helping Bobby Roode.
This Sunday at Against All Odds, every man for himself.
I'm a primetime example of against all odds. You know, odds are against me all the time, and after all I've been through and what I've overcome, yeah, ultimately winning the championship is kind of like it's like an award or trophy for my success and everything I've done. But you know, at the same time, it's just getting through all this and then still having the fan support through all this. I need to pay them. I need to pay them. They want it so bad, and I feel like I got to provide that, you know. And I've been through so much leading up to this, and I need a payoff, and that payoff is to become champion.
Walking into Against All Odds, you could say I'm pretty damn confident. I mean, look at the success I've had since I've won this world title in the 1st of November.
I can honestly say that I have become the most dominant World Heavyweight Champion in the history of Impact Wrestling.
I've beaten James Storm, I've beaten the phenomenal AJ Styles, and I've beaten the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy, the face of this company. There is nothing that can stop me right now. I am the man to beat. I can't be beat. People have tried month after month to try to beat me and take away my title, but they're not getting the job done. You want to know why? Because they can't. Because I'm that good. I am that smart. And Against All Odds, I will walk out the World Heavyweight Champion again. This is mine to keep. And nobody, not James Storm, not Jeff Hardy, and not Bully Ray, is going to take it away from me.
Bobby Roode defends the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against Bully Ray, Cowboy James Storm, and the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy in a 4-way match.
It is main event time. It is World Heavyweight Championship Showdown, 4-way matchup, Against All Odds main event, and we are ready and we are set. JB, let's break it down for everybody. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape first.
All right, we've got Bully Ray with the size advantage. We've got James Storm, Bobby Roode, and Jeff Hardy, all very different competitors. You see the last call, the payoff, the swanton, and the bully bomb. All 4 competitors about to go into the main event of Against All Odds.
And to preview the 4-way match in anticipation of the importance of tonight's main event, and because of Bobby Roode's repeated shortcuts, man in charge Sting has named himself Special Enforcer. After watching the back of Bobby Roode in recent weeks, Bully Ray realizes that tonight it's every man for himself. Immortal's Bully also has the motivation of becoming world champ for the very first time in his career. Champ not only has to deal with Bully Ray, but also Bobby Roode has both James Storm and Jeff Hardy as challengers. Roode's former beer money partner gets his first title shot since Roode smashed the beer bottle. Hardy looks to write the final chapter in his story of redemption, and here we go. Impact Zone greets the icon. Sting decided that he was going to be special enforcer for this four-way against all odds main event, and it's a great decision in light of what we have had to put up with from the World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Roode for months.
Well, you know, Sting's taken upon himself to put himself in the situation. Obviously, the shortcuts we've seen from the World Heavyweight Champion. Sting says, I've had enough. Not here, not tonight, not at Against All Odds. Oh, he's so happy about his calves.
It is going to be so interesting to see how competitors work against each other and work with each other in this four-way world title matchup. We talked about the dual motivation for Bully Ray. The fact that he's been World Tag Team Champion nearly 24 times, but never singles World Heavyweight Champion. Then factor in the recent alliance with Bobby Roode. Bully Ray told him at the conclusion of this past Thursday's Impact Wrestling, just 3 days, Bobby, just 3 days until I get the opportunity to take away your world title belt.
You know, from the get-go, all these years, as not only a tag team champion, but now as a singles competitor, Bully Ray has always been about himself. And now, an opportunity awaits where he could leave Against All Odds as the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Sorry about your damn luck. I'm a creek swimming, moonshine sipping, beer skimming, beer drinking, Johnny Cash listening.
Impact Wrestling 2 weeks ago, the Cowboy James Storm, he got that one-on-one match against Bobby Roode, but it was non-title. This is the opportunity that Storm has been waiting for ever since the night that Roode, his longtime beer money tag team partner, took the beer bottle and smashed it over his head, and Bobby Roode became World Heavyweight Champion. Tonight is the night that James Storm can get back that world title.
And that is what he's been dreaming about. That is all he's been thinking about. He is obsessed, so dedicated to becoming the World Heavyweight Champion once again, and of course would have to defeat his former tag team partner to get there. James Storm looks to become World Champion tonight at Against All Odds.
The creatures of the night greet the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy as he makes his entrance down the ramp.
He's closing his eyes and then he's opening his eyes.
The story of redemption that we have witnessed from Jeff Hardy over the course of the past several months. The way that Jeff Hardy has been able to turn, yes, his wrestling career, but also his life completely around. And what would be a better story, JB, than to cement that turnaround in your life and in your career by once again becoming World Heavyweight Champion?
Well, you talk about a guy who has turned it all around. You talk about a guy who has defied the odds when nobody thought he could. Jeff Hardy is there. Jeff Hardy is at a point in his life where he knows that this is the opportunity. This is his time to capitalize on all the great things that have happened to him in the last few months. Obviously, the birth of a baby girl. Obviously, a new outlook on life. What a great exclamation point to the end of that sentence, to become the World Heavyweight Champion once again in Impact Wrestling.
I hate to take away from the wrestling ability of Bobby Roode, but have we ever had in this organization a more fortunate World Heavyweight Champion than Mr. Roode? Almost like he's been the master of loopholes for the past several months, since beating James Storm to become World Heavyweight Champion. And it was almost from the very moment that he used the beer bottle that we saw that completely different side of Bobby Roode. Wants nothing to do with family, nothing to do with friends. His only friend is that gold championship belt that Bobby Roode wears around his waist.
And it's certainly been evident over the last few months that, you know, that's the only thing he really cares about when it comes down to it. Every day he gets up, when he goes to the gym, every time he steps into the ring, his only concern, even friends like Bully Ray, friends no more. It's a situation where his only concern is not only retaining and keeping the World Heavyweight Championship, but doing it at any cost and any way. He has to, and he's shown that time and time again. Shortcuts doesn't bother him. He's still the champ at the end of the night, and that to him is everything.
And to set the stage for our Against All Odds main event, we send it to center ring and Christy Hemme.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the World Heavyweight Championship and is your main event of the evening. Your referee for this match, Mr. Brian Hebner. Introducing first, your special guest enforcer from Venice Beach, California, the Icon, Sting! And your challengers, introducing first from Hell's Kitchen, New York.
Shut up, Stank!
Oh, jeez.
I don't need you introducing me! From Hell's Kitchen, New York City! 6'3", 275, and the next TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Bully Ray!
And his opponent, from Leapers Fork, Tennessee, the Cowboy, James Storm. And their opponent from Cameron, North Carolina, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. And defending his title from Toronto, Canada, the World Heavyweight Champion, Bobby Roode.
You and me can work together. Calves and abs, like old times, you and me.
And right away, Bobby Roode asking Bully Ray or telling him, we can work together, we can do this.
Like old times.
Yeah.
You and me, shut up.
And from the looks of things.
Yeah, from the body language
Yeah,
that
not
we saw from Bully Ray as he introduced himself, I think that Bobby Roode better realize that it is every man for himself, because that's what's at stake. World Heavyweight Championship belt shown to the 3 challengers, and the Bully, he insists that that gold is going to be his at the conclusion of this match. It is first pin, it is first submission that will leave against all odds with the gold.
And I love the fact that Stinger is on the outside of the ring, keeping track of everything, keeping a close eye. Obviously, it's tough enough with 2 individuals for a referee. Throw these 4 in the ring, and you have yourself a situation that, you know, requires not only a referee, but a special enforcer, the likes of Sting on the outside, to keep things in order.
You and me. Calves and abs, we can do this. When it's all said and done, I'll give you your shot. One-on-one. Like it should be. You and me. Let's get there.
What a sales job here by Bobby Roode towards Bully Ray. And we're going to see if they can, if they will work together. And I think that's your answer, Bobby Roode.
Maybe you don't understand. You and me. What's your problem?
You know, they say it's lonely at the top, and I think Bobby Roode's finding out real quickly.
And now, Bobby Roode has got to deal with both James Storm and Jeff Hardy as outside Bully Ray and the special enforcer Sting look on. So in terms of working together, opening minute of this match, it's Storm and Hardy on the same page. Ooh. Roode planted, front suplex by Hardy. Hardy stands back and watches as James Storm comes right at his former partner. Neckbreaker takes Roode down. And Roode reaching out to Bully Ray, almost as if this is a tag team match, but that's not the case.
Bully Ray is an opportunist. The bottom line, at the end of the day, he will find out an opportunity. He will wait, no matter how long it takes, to make sure that when he gets in the ring, he's at an advantage. And they're going to call him in the ring. They want him in there.
Yeah, and in terms of an advantage, it has been disadvantage Bobby Roode, and we anticipated this from the time that this 4-way match was announced. Hardy and Storm working together, and then the corner clothesline by Storm. Storm drops down to give Hardy a base. Here he comes, right up the back. And JB, I've just received word that Jesse Sorensen has sustained a neck injury, and they are doing further tests to determine the condition of that neck injury. It's something we're going to stay on top of.
Absolutely. Speaking of keeping everybody aware of this.
Watch this quick roll up here. How about that? They work together for a minute or two, but then Storm motions to Hardy. The World Heavyweight title is so important that it is going to be every man for himself, and Hardy's going to try and beat Storm. And now, and this is smart on their part, when the opportunity is there to work together, and it's to your advantage, you do it. Double team slam out of the corner. And when Hardy and Storm turn around, the opportunistic Bully Ray is able to drop him with the clothesline.
And that'll be real interesting to see what he does to Bobby Roode, obviously. With Storm down, with Hardy down.
And one last note on the Jesse Sorensen neck injury. further information is going to be available this week at ImpactWrestling.com. So stay tuned and check out the website for that.
No question about it. Also following Dixie Carter on Twitter. Read that she updated everybody just a couple minutes ago as well. So keep tuned in to Dixie Carter's Twitter. And of course, ImpactWrestling.com. Hold on, Bully Ray.
Wow. Impactful power move. Leads to the Bully with the pin attempt, and Storm comes flying across the ring to stop the 3 count. First pin, first submission. To leave against all odds with the World Heavyweight title, and now Storm squares off with the Bully.
You got to give Bully credit where credit's due. He is in the best condition of his life. He's never felt better than he does right now, but obviously, is this his night? Is this going to be the opportunity?
Well, we'll watch his Storm now with the pin attempt on his former partner. And now with Roode down, Storm's attention is turned to Bully Ray. Whoa, just punted Storm. That time, the double clothesline does not connect.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Having a little deja vu here.
You're not kidding. Talk about old times like Roode mentioned earlier. Well, if it's to your advantage, why not? Little double team beer money style suplex between Roode and Storm, and then the realization sets in. Why not? Work together if it benefits you over the course of this match. Yeah, not going to get the beer money response from the crowd. Roode, of course, with the first cheap shot, and then they exchange rights, both Storm and Roode. Cowboy with the flying forearm. Roode out of the corner with the back body drop.
And no one knows Bobby Roode like James Storm. And obviously what we've seen from these
vice
two.
Versa.
Yeah, no question.
Hardy back in, able to get the elbow up. Oh, who's trying to win out of the corner? Is this going to do it? Quick pin attempt on Roode. Again, you do not necessarily have to pin the World Heavyweight Champion to win the title. It's first pin or first submission, and Bully Ray sneaks in. He was on the arena floor. He got his mind back. He cleared the cobwebs, and when he comes in, he dropped Jeff Hardy with a big boot.
Yeah, almost knocked the paint off his face. He just came in and leveled him. And obviously, if he's able to pin Jeff Hardy, he would be the World Heavyweight Champion. That's an opportunistic man looking to take advantage of what's in front of him. And obviously, with Roode on the outside of the ring, as the champion, he needs to make sure he's in there.
3 straight elbow drops and a 2 count. And the Bully right back again with another pin attempt, and again it's Hardy able to power out. Well, just the way that the Bully is able to take everything into play here. That time he saw James Storm out of the corner of his eye. He went over and he took Storm down off the apron. Now he comes back to Hardy, who's able to deliver a series of rights, but then the Bully answers by putting Hardy up in the lights. Oh, airborne goes the Bully, the near 300-pounder. He tells you 275, drops down with the splash for 2.
And as the special guest enforcer looks on, I mean, so far, it's been a situation where Sting has checked on the guys on the outside of the ring, making sure everybody is able to continue. But right now, it's Bully Ray taking it to Jeff Hardy. There's
You talked about the long-term history between Bobby Roode, the World Heavyweight Champion, and James Storm. Think about the history between Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray going back years, and more of a rivalry in terms of tag teams.
No question about it.
So many memorable matches that these individuals have had against each other. Bully with the blows to the back. Boy, Hardy's in a tough place up there, just the way that he's up in the corner.
Look at this.
Oh. Power game on display from the Bully, and the suplex leads to just 2. Meanwhile, outside, Storm and Roode exchanging. I think Storm put Roode into the steps, but then from inside the ring, we talked about that ring awareness earlier where the bully has the vision where he's looking all around, able to kick Storm in the head. Some kind of communication between Bully Ray and Bobby Roode, the World Heavyweight Champion.
And now motioning to,
did you hear what he said?
To the champion to get in the corner, yeah.
Said we're going to spike him. We're going to get him with the pile driver, and the spike pile driver is what Bully and Roode have in mind for Hardy. Storm has other ideas, and so does the charismatic Enigma.
And Storm has the champion up in the corner. And what are we seeing here from Hardy and Storm? Double team maneuver on the champion.
Yeah, they've worked together when it's been to their benefit. And they've got the champ in the corner, and they leave their backs exposed to the bully.
Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tower of Doom from the corner with Bully Ray coming underneath and using all of his strength to take the three competitors flying in the air. JB, we've got to take another look.
Here's a cover.
Whoa. Here's the pin. Here's Bully Ray on top.
And Bully Ray took an opportunity. He saw.
Yeah, he's going to go for another pin. First he went to pin Roode, then tried to pin Hardy. Mid-ring side slam. Bully drops down and into the pin. No.
And remember, this four-way match, it's first pinfall. Whoever gets a pin, no matter who it's on, will be the World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, boot to the midsection, doubles him over, and there it is! Jeff Hardy with the twist of fate on Bully Ray. But when Hardy turns around, he's met by Roode. But Hardy's ready for Roode. Off the shoulders of the champ. Hardy gets planted face first. Three challengers are down. Champ is standing. Oh, and when Roode went flying across the ring at Hardy, it was intercepted by Bully Ray. Another attempt at the twist, but shot off into the corner. Whoa. Bully able to take referee Brian Hebner down and out. There it is, Bubba Bomb. Pin. No referee to count. Bully Ray's got the legs of Hardy stacked up. A 3 count would make Bully Ray world champion for the first time.
And Sting trying to revive Brian Hebner on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, Sting doing his best as Bully Ray turns right into the twist of fate from Hardy. Hardy's on top. Here's 1, 2, 3. If we had a referee, Jeff Hardy would be world champion. Sting trying to get referee Brian Hebner back into this match, but no luck there. Spear out of the corner by Roode on Hardy. Storm comes right at the World Heavyweight Champion, and the Cowboys loading up. Could be last call super kick time. Oh, there it is. Last call. Is this going to do it? Count 2. Whoa. Just before Hebner can count 3, pulled out to the floor by Bully Ray.
And now Sting has his hands full with this situation
Watch
on the
out,
outside.
watch out.
Wait a minute. Brian Hebner taken out again.
Storm goes flying over the top to try and hit Bully Ray, but instead, you're right. It's Storm who lands on the referee, Brian Hebner. Spine buster by Roode on Bully Ray after Hardy got out of the way. Hardy goes twist of fate again on Roode. Hardy gonna go high risk. Charismatic Enigma to the top. Here it comes. Swanton off the top, but no.
And Bobby Roode rolled the outside of the floor now.
A dazed and confused Bobby Roode, able to take the World Heavyweight title belt that he owns and possesses into his hands.
Oh, Sting has eyes on it. He knows.
Roode's got the title belt. He's going to use it as a weapon here against Hardy. That fortunately, the special enforcer Sting grabs the championship belt away. Tells Roode, you're not going to use this as a weapon, Roode.
And look at Bobby Roode getting in the face of Sting.
Now pushing the man in charge, pushing the special enforcer. Roode says, do it. Daring Sting to hit him.
Oh, come on.
The ultimate in disgrace, the ultimate in dishonor. Spitting in the face of Sting. And Sting went to swing the championship belt at Roode after being spit in the face. And Sting just hit Jeff Hardy with the title belt. Hardy's down. Roode in the face of Sting. Roode says to Sting, count.
No.
Remember, the referee's out. Sting is special enforcers in the ring. Roode covers Hardy. A reluctant Sting counts one while he's screaming Jeff. He counts two. God, he doesn't want to have to do it, but Sting counts three.
Your winner and still heavyweight champion, Bobby Roode.
And just like that, the very special enforcer for this matchup, and after just Bobby Roode, the ultimate insult, spitting in the man's face.
Oh, and is there ever anything tougher than what Sting has to do at this point? It's bad enough that he had to count the three. He had to count the shoulders of Jeff Hardy down. But now, Roode insists that Sting raise his hand in victory.
And you can see the look in Sting's eyes. He knows what's gone down tonight. He knows he's somewhat responsible for this. Obviously, Bobby Roode inciting anger, spitting in the man's face, spitting in Sting's face, and now the result of it, Bobby Roode retains the World Heavyweight Championship. There it is.
The actions of Sting after being spit in the face, and you can't blame Sting. He took the World Heavyweight title belt. He wanted to hit Bobby Roode with it. But as you see on the replay, Roode ducks out of the way. Sting swings the World Heavyweight title belt, and of all things, Sting hits Jeff Hardy. Hardy down. Sting forced to count three. And just when you think that Bobby Roode couldn't come up with another loophole, another way to leave a title match with that World Heavyweight Championship belt, we all witness what has gone down tonight at Against All Odds. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Roode has done it again. Bobby Roode remains World Heavyweight Champion at Against All Odds.
It's good to be the champ.
And there it is. Bobby Roode instructing Sting, count, 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 and he had to do it. Sting had to count to three. Oh,
Sting has to be feeling terrible about this.
And you know he's apologizing to, right now, to Storm. He's apologizing to Jeff Hardy. But at the end of the day, at the end of the night, Bobby Roode still World Heavyweight Champion.